Hey everybody, it's Saturday. It's not Tuesday from the barracks. We're here at Airsoft Palooza at the Evike Outpost, Houston High Grounds, Airsoft Arena in Houston, Texas. It's a hell of a lot of fun. I am Joker with Players Wanted. With me is Skittles, the woman of 1,000 jobs. And then over here behind me, that's off camera, is Toucan, the man with 1,000 jobs. So they're like a perfect. There he is. Look at that face.
Hey!
All right, guys, we're going to be talking all about Airsoft Palooza. We're hopefully going to be able to get our YouTube video back, the YouTube live back up and running, see what happens there. But welcome back, everybody. See the same people have been tuning in before. So you went around and already done some Chaos Goblins.
Oh,
stuff.
obviously.
Yeah, the two of you are just nuts. All right, so you wanted to interview the one lady, right? You called
Yeah,
dibs?
100%. Yeah, she's awesome.
All right, if you want,
I don't know where she is.
that's what I was going to say. If you want to go find her.
He's already lost.
Oh, by the way, don't hit the table.
Oh.
It causes an
Hit the
earthquake.
table really hard.
Look, just because you had a really horrible experience last night with Frontier Airlines does not mean you need to take it out on
Listen.
me or the people watching the stream.
My bank account may be a little sad today, but we're here, and that's what matters.
Oh, don't think that we're professional at all. We will engage you behind the camera, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm worried about you. I didn't want to disturb him.
No,
We're
you're fine.
serious.
I heard about Frontier Airlines.
Oh yeah, they canceled their flight yesterday. Like the plane
Yeah,
never
my
showed up.
flight-
Hey!
So it's
You
normal
give me
that
back
they-
my fan, damn it.
Not only did they cancel it, there was no other flight out of Florida.
Is it common for them to cancel flights?
I've never had that happen, but
Okay,
I
so that's a
heard
first.
I heard with IAH that's I guess more common that that IAH
gross.
specifically cancels.
Gross. Because I'm actually looking at flights to Chicago in August. Frontier was one of the options.
I wouldn't.
Okay, don't do it.
I wouldn't.
Okay, don't do it.
Because
Hey.
they were only offering me a refund and a voucher, and I'm like, but my flight was $428 that I had to buy yesterday. And they're like, we'll give you a $200 voucher. I'm like, but I don't want a voucher. I want my money.
I need to go.
You need the full
I
refund.
need to
And
fly.
you need to get there on time.
And the new ticket price because I had to pay it an hour before it took off.
Yeah,
That's
But we're here.
we were like here scrambling.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay, so
trying to
definitely
do it.
don't use Frontier.
I found her.
You found her, okay? All right. So what we're gonna do is we're already gonna begin our interviews for the day. So we're gonna bring Toucan in, and we're gonna pass off the microphone. Hey, look, you're on screen for all of 5 minutes.
That's okay.
Wait, what's the exact time? 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Yeah.
Let's
Breaking shit.
Wiener broken.
I miss you.
That's so nice.
Is she already
And the
gone?
lights-
Okay, she's not even here.
Come on, the lights are good. You have to.
No,
say
look,
it.
the
lights
lights
are
are
off.
good. Just the problem is that either we have to ship them from here or
But they weren't
Amazon.
that bad.
The
And-
lights
and
don't
again,
work.
It's soft lighting all around. It's even lighting
Huh?
under my
Just
hat.
turn the power off for a second.
for the power up.
It's up there, watch. Hey, Amazon, great lights. Great lights. Oh my God, they don't work. They gotta be returned.
Life, death, life, death, life, death.
Got a flicker effect.
Oh. Now, so, for those of you that don't know, if you're just joining in, the reason why we're not on YouTube right now is we showed the raffle gun we're going to give away.
Oh gosh,
and
my rash is back. She's
we got to
here.
take a nap. All right, so we're going to pass this off. We're going to bring in Toucan, the man of 1,000 jobs. So,
Oh,
which side are you going on?
I'm
This
going
side?
on her side. So
Yeah,
she's
he's
already-
kicking me out.
That's fine. I'm going to go get more people to interview. And I got to go tell Titan that it definitely was this
Oh
turn.
no! Oh no!
What are you?
I don't know why that thing keeps falling off. Yes, she is. I mean, well, Don was the one who told me about these. All right, guys. We have new technology, and evidently the camera lady can't do it.
Well, I'm a photographer, not a videographer. So.
And I'm myself.
What my recommendation is to speak up.
Wait, where's my
Is that
camera?
back left?
I have voice
Was it Denver X?
No, it's just, we don't know if it's actually picking up these or if it's picking up that. So somehow we just want to make sure that you guys can be heard.
Will
So, if you
It won't
haven't
be
seen
a problem for me. I promise you, everyone will hear me in the next
they'll hear
state.
you in the next stage.
That's correct.
It's true. Welcome to the live stream. I'm Toucan, and I'm joined by a maybe average or special guest, depending on how the introduction goes. Would you like to tell our small mob of indifferent boys, not men, gotcha, who you are and what you do?
I am Stephanie Cavalier. I own Captac Airsoft Arena, which is an indoor airsoft arena
The finest in Holton City, Texas, which is up by Fort Worth.
You know, some people get RC Cola. I'm a Coca-Cola boy myself. It's like getting top shelf soda drinks when you go to their field, right?
Oh, absolutely. Are you
If you
kidding
want to
me?
just scooch a little bit closer. Don't get weird, but you gotta get in the shot. Don't touch me.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, I got so scared I pooed your pants. Anyways. So,
No. Seeds Patches actually has red patches. It says shake your pants. Looks like you've read it.
thanks,
Yeah.
I love it.
So we actually are trying to make something a little bit of a clubhouse. We wanted to be a place where people come and hang out and have a good time. And even if you're not feeling like playing airsoft, come play pool, have a couple drinks, and
Certainly. Like a community center, a hub of social interaction.
Oh yeah, we've got Mario Kart, we've got VR sets in there.
You have VR. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. The indoor that we weren't getting in Florida, we are getting VR too.
Oh really?
And we're getting like video games like Mario Kart.
It's so much fun.
We have like a lounge area. We want it to be like a social substrate for people that come hang out. Even if you're like airsoft, it's still like fun to play cards, board games.
Yeah,
stuff
we've
like
got cards, board games, arcade games.
Oh my God.
Pool table and hockey.
Yes, dude.
Yeah. So I'm looking to create a little bit of like a quiet lounge. And I say quiet in the sense that an area where you can go in there and chill for a second, have a couple of drinks. We're going to be setting it up as a club.
Drinks.
So if you are a club member and you are of age, you can have a beverage. We do have our licenses to watch and make sure, hey man, you're getting a little too sassy, and snip this until you sober up. So,
Oh, you do an armband system. We do 3 armbands.
oh, really?
Green, yellow, red. Warning, stop it, leave. What do you? So how do you guys do your armband system? Dead and Outfitters, by the way. How do you guys do your armband?
Our armbands, we buy the craziest armbands you can find, so nobody else can just go out and buy them and cheat us. Forget you guys.
Listen to that, nerds.
Yes, I'm giving you a thumb. Yeah. Yes, you nailed
Just
it.
use your artistic imagination of what this is. Anyways.
Yes, to those of you who like to buy the armbands in advance versus paying an entry fee, good luck.
I hope you have a very nice Christmas, and then your mother stubs her toes and falls down the stairs. Just nothing malicious.
I hope it takes you a lot longer to hit puberty. All right, that's my goal.
I hope the only thing that drops is you as a baby on your head for
Oh!
puberty. If you do that, by the way,
Only if you do that.
we're gonna build a fun place for people to hang out. Random people. Why don't we just ruin it?
Hey, how about we make sure you can't afford to have a cool place for us to hang out in?
Well, sign me up, dude.
Dude, nailed it. It's cool. My employees don't want to get paid anything.
Certainly. But speaking of nailing things, hammer down more of these details on your location.
Dude, okay,
Okay, it sounds super awesome.
it's a great time. I mean, I have a party, but that might just be me.
You're kind of like a crowd when I first met him. Like, this is, why go to the party? Just go to her. And I'm like, oh, there's like 8 of you. Good Lord. Either that or the drinks at the.
How did you know about all 8 of them? I only show 6. Okay, so we have a field that's built with houses that are actually, we try to build them to code so that way they're not just flopping over and getting messed up. We have a 1957 school bus in there.
Oh,
And it's so cool.
the photo opportunities must be divine. Oh, that's so fun.
It's pretty epic. I painted a nuclear bomb on the wall. It's all the way floor to ceiling, 17 feet high. Yeah.
What do you call that? The big boy? Like,
Big boy.
Oh, yeah.
And so we actually have a bunch of different lighting modes, and in the new theme, one of those lighting modes is like reds and yellows and oranges. And so all of the lights turn off, just those on, and it gives you kind of that vibe. We also have night light, basically all black lights, and we have a bunch of different like glow-in-the-dark paints and tapes and stickers and things for you to follow as you're going.
Yeah.
It's a really good time. We actually have a couple of different game modes too, where you take the little breakaway glow-in-the-dark
Oh, the glow-in-the-dark
sticks.
sticks. Oh my God.
So we throw them out in the field, and you've got to collect your colors.
Oh, that's so fun. That's so fun.
You have to collect them in order to get the game, and every time you get shot, you have to leave the field. You can't keep collecting them. So it's a whole mode out there that you get to do.
So at our field, we do blackout night.
Yeah.
There's no light.
Yep, we can do that too.
Yep. But
got
I think the neon. I'm not gonna lie. The neon sounds Way back.
It's a good time. Ooh, and the fog machine. Oh,
You got a fog? It is a party.
what do you think I am, a lame? Of course I have a
I like-
fog machine.
Didn't mean to offend you, girl. I'm sorry.
As you well should be. Yeah, it's dry ice in it, everything, so no
So
big deal. I'm
fun.
spending the big bucks so you can enjoy the nice fog.
So you're gonna join the nice fog. Slogan, price, batteries not included, make us cancer.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah, bring out the dancing lobster. Come on, sell this, sell this.
You guys got any flashing lights over here?
Do you have any? Speaking of your awesome facility, do you have any upcoming events you want to push?
Oh, good lord. We are event crazy. Every single month we have a night game event. It's on Friday night, third Friday of the month. This next month, actually this week, we have camp, Airsoft camp.
Airsoft
And-
camp. Everybody's doing that recently. Like the
Yeah,
Southeast-
because we started it. I tease.
She hits me off screen.
I'm just glad to say I only hit him. So,
SOS.
hey, keep quiet or later's going to be a
She
problem.
calls me a little ashtray. She goes, "Oh, my little ashtray." Hits a huge drag off a cigarette and just goes right at my skull. I go, "No, stop it. Stop it. No."
My players don't come back because they like the field. They come back because they know better.
Stockholm Syndrome. Did you just say your players have Stockholm Syndrome?
The point is they love us. It's not good.
Every time somebody leaves, you're like, "I know where you live. Remember that." And they're like, "Whoa,
I'm coming back, I swear.
please. I love my family. Don't hurt us."
So, I am known as the Dragon Lady around these parts.
Ooh.
That being said, it's because I don't take too kindly to people screwing with my
Screw.
good people.
That's good.
Yeah, you screw around, you find out, little buddy. You know something super cool is if you're doing the wrong thing on the field and it actively harms somebody, it's called, and hear me out, assault. So I call
Assault. Try to season that with your shit attitude.
the cops. Works every time.
What a winning recipe. You do something bad and you get punished.
Oh, you don't want to get banned, or you don't care about getting banned? How about get your charge?
Well.
It's been a great time. So far, nobody's dead. Don't get fights.
Nobody's dead, allegedly, Your Honor.
Hey,
Your Honor, allegedly.
if you say allegedly, they assume there's something behind it. How many times have I told you to shut your
I pissed my pants twice. I'm so scared. I'm so dehydrated.
Something else we got coming up. We have camp coming up this week. Camp coming up a couple of weeks from that. So we've got 2 weeks summer, and that's Monday through Friday. So actually, it's during the day, Monday through Thursday. Thursday night they stay overnight, and we switch from Airsoft eventually to Nerf, where we just go ham until 5 or 6 in the morning.
So sell your airsoft camp. Sell the content of the camp.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to activities
So,
macaroni
give me
art.
Yes.
I made a turkey.
Tons of macaroni art.
I drew this one with my hand as the turkey.
Yes, you get the tubes from the middle of paper towel roll to eat your own gun. No big deal. A suppressor, listen to this. You make suppressor just like this. Fuck you. Did you hear that?
I don't.
It's a suppressor. You can't hear it. Fuck you. I said I
don't
love you.
I don't want to call him.
Okay, so we put them into teams. They have the goal of winning a tournament at the end of the week, depending on their team. And they actually get their own shirts. They're going to get a camp patch, and they get to make their own patch with Seeds patches. Shout out to them. They're the best patches. Super amazing.
Seedspatches.com. Go buy.
Buy now.
Invest. Put your
Actually,
stocks. Your
They're pretty
Bitcoin.
rad. Highly recommend it.
Pretty rad. All jokes aside, you should support your local business. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes. Oh, another local business, Bolt. They make
Molt? Say that again.
BOLT.
Bolt.
They make a lot of different things. They're going to be making these super cool cravat knives for the camp's kids. It's Camp 2025, Captain Airsoft.
Follow them.
Yeah, they're awesome too. We have a bunch of prize giveaways for the kids while they're there. We're going to be doing that. They actually get to have a sniper come in. world-renowned snipers.
Oh, like a real world,
Yeah.
not some guy with an airsoft rifle heart, a
No.
real one.
So one of the gentlemen has actually won the international sniper
Oh
competition
my god.
against the top snipers in the top militaries in the world.
Woo.
So some pretty big deals.
Yeah, I'll say.
Their kills are in the multi-hundreds. And they come in there and they teach these guys not just about like, oh, how cool is this? But like, hey, do you want some real skill? And do you want to know what a good man is? Because a good man is a badass.
Hard to find.
Absolutely, dude. I lucked out. Feel bad for the rest of you
Skid,
kids.
can you aim the fan towards us?
Yes, I'm looking.
I don't want her makeup to melt, people. Please. It's a process.
Hey, this took a lot of effort. I had to wake up.
Girl, I know it. Girl, I know it.
Yeah. You see how done my hair is?
I can see how done you are.
Oh! That's why I wear
Right.
these glasses. You don't need makeup if you have glitter.
I mean, glitter or bedazzle?
Bedazzle. Yes. I do walk around like this a lot too.
Hey guys, what are we doing today?
Okay, so then we have some what we call like local celebrities. We have like different guys who are known throughout the field, some influencers. Even we have one of the owners of another field who'll come out and do some stuff with them.
That's fun.
Oh yeah, they get to create their own game modes, and then we actually play them to see if they work. We do a little bit of a class
Hey,
on.
I'm trying to do an interview, sir.
I swear to God,
She's already
he knows what it's like.
so mad. She hit the makeup girl.
I hit the makeup girl.
She
Look
put
at
a
her.
hole. She put a
Look
hole
at
through
her.
her trailer.
There's way too much
Made the
makeup.
makeup girl scream away crying. It was bad.
That's why I don't have any. It's actually not because they didn't want
There's
to put
a
it on me.
her-sized foot hole in the trailer she's currently in, with with the star in her name.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah. All right, look.
I saw her
When it comes to
smash
the
a
field, I swear I'll
charcuterie
be
table.
nicer.
She went charcuterie table with olives. Me no like. I just smashed it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Screw those olives.
Yeah.
Screw those olives.
But but speaking of olive, let's get back to all of the details on what you're talking about.
Nailed
here.
it. Look at yourself.
Trying to hammer it down. Yeah.
I'll hammer it
I'm
down.
so tacky. Dude. But what's not tacky is this. This sounds so nice. I like the cross pollination between two fields. That's always nice and healthy to see.
I absolutely believe that we're not in competition with each other because I'm so good that how could they possibly?
And she's humble too.
And modest.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You spell humble with her first name.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
spelled See
Yeah.
you next Tuesday. That's how they spell my name.
I'm over Thursday, gal, but I get it.
Oh,
See you next- see you next Tuesday.
so
Don't learn to spell, kids. You'll get in a lot of trouble.
it's true. Just do what schools are telling you. Don't learn to read.
Yeah.
Just abandon the books.
Don't learn finance. Learn about like some dead guy in South America. It's way more.
Yes. Look, if you can figure out how the Spanish-American War ended, you will never have to figure out taxes. Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, because why would you want to know how to do the thing you need to do every year? Right?
That
Taxes?
sounds awful every year.
What? Do you think of
You
want them
do
to give
them
me
every
money?
quarter now. This is
I'm going to pass out. And I'm scared.
You
Tax-wise.
you should be. It's terrifying.
But speaking of terrifying, start yelling at me again.
Oh, okay. So,
Yes.
look here. This is another freaking thing we have to do at camp, and I'm shaking the table. I do go in there and I give them a little bit of that basic training attitude. You guys keep. Yeah, there it is. Stand up. Right. Drop it.
Yeah,
And it's because they need a little bit of.
it's true.
A big part of this is learning what the hell you're doing. This isn't just, hey, let's party all week. I want you to actually get better. I want you to gain something from this.
Do you try to do do you try to mothership them or mentorship them? There's a real question. Because some people fall into, I guess, I'm the babysitter category, but the real ones go, you should be a fully formed human being at this point. I should put.
I never suddenly became an adult. It was a constant growth and addition and growth and addition and growth.
I still
and
think I'm
addition.
an adult, to be super honest.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
weird.
know who the fuck does, but they're lying.
There's
They
people
say
that
they
lie.
are.
They're like, "Oh, I'm so mature." I'm like, "Dude, mature these." Well, anyway, so just yeah.
Pecans, yes.
Pecan. But yes.
So that's the whole point about this is I want you to come into this and walk away being the kind of player I want to see at my field. I want you to come in there and say, hey, I like the cut of your jib. I like the way that you talk, and I want a part of that action because it seems like it's a good time. And then whenever I show you this good time and you see that you're into it, that's up to you whether or not you're going to allow me to be there for you.
And you're also catering to down the line. You're not just necessarily catering to having customers. You're catering to having future role models if you do it correctly, which is tough to do.
And a lot of the kids that came to camp last year, seeing them be mentors to the other kids. That's a big part. It's a big part of the kids too. It's like, hey man, I want you to take care of this kid. It's putting them in a position of power. It's putting them in a position to make good choices of helping each other.
Yeah.
And seeing that in these guys coming in and they're growing, man. That's the stuff that does it for me, if I'm being honest.
Because like, kind of at the end of the day, there's so many people in our industry doing whatever. It's making the characters that keep the crowd. It's so worth it. Almost brings a tear to your dang old eye. Like in our arena,
I have teared up, man. I've gotten some kids in there that I was like, oh, that little shirt bag. We're gonna figure you out. And then like a month later, I'm like, oh, little buddy, we're buddies now.
You ever see somebody walk in the front door? You're like, oh, my next project card. Like
what?
Look at this incomplete mess that is actually a nice person. I can fix it. I can
so let's talk about my assistant manager. He came in day one, bought a membership, and was there every single day.
Oh,
we're open 7 days a week. Don't know if you guys know that. We're also open early to late. Oh, he was there 7 days a week, and that sucker almost got kicked out. He got complaints, and we kept talking to him and saying, hey, buddy, you got to adjust these things. And now he's an assistant manager. So, yes, we believe in change and growth and being better.
Yeah,
that's an awesome story.
Of course, he's still Turd Biscuit Jackson, you know. But I will stick by anybody who makes an adjustment and who says, hey, I'll take it. I'll take that help.
Of course. And when
those are the players I want.
When somebody makes an adjustment for you, what's really magical about that is if it's genuine, they actually did change. They're not just they're sacrificing something of themselves to be better, which again, like,
it is hard.
It's so hard to manage.
I'm so impressed I'm more impressed by that than just somebody who does well.
Yeah.
Somebody who can change to become better and actually hold it up. Wow.
It's kind of like, this might be a little esoteric of a reference. Have you ever played the game Skyrim?
So
Yeah.
Okay, you know Parthenax? At the top of it, he goes, when you find out he was part of the human genocide, and he goes, oh, you're supposed to kill me? What's worse, being born good or being evil and then becoming good? So kind of the same thing where it's like, just being good coming out, sure, but if I see someone that struggles and then you see their evolution to be that like the role model, that's, I'm agreeing with you, way more impressive than just having a guy that, I'm going to follow the rules. It's kind of nice to see those.
Honestly, I just get more crap from the guys who I'm just going to follow the rules.
It kind of sucks.
The guys who don't, like the guys who mess up and are willing and do something.
Yeah.
It's like, they're like better people all the way around. I don't know how to explain that.
Well, because they suffering is the anvil that crafts character.
It's true.
So if you have someone that suffers, there's some suffering going on for the betterment of themselves, their surrounding.
Absolutely.
And it's so rare. But when you get it, more valuable than gold.
That's why we were told before we opened it, hey, man, you need to ban these guys, and those kids over there. And I said, I'm not banning anybody. They got to show me who they want to be now.
The fair shake. Fair shake.
If you prove to me who you want to be.
Yeah.
Not who you were.
And that's, yeah.
It's a good time.
Some people, like, and you see some fields, some people can't really give into the, I've heard this, maybe I'll just resist having the headache and ban them early. It's like, you should give them the benefit of the doubt. Second chance.
Maybe you're like, oh, they got another field. I'll try hard not to get banned from this one.
Yeah, maybe you're their redemption. Maybe you're their rebound girlfriend, dude. Like, who knows? Maybe you're their future wife.
That's right. We got put a ring on it by it's a cap time.
I now pronounce you Airsoft. You may overshoot the bride.
No. Well, depending on
the game mode.
Depending on the game mode.
Here comes the bride, big, fat, and white. But anyway.
Oh!
Damn!
That's what she's got, American Pride. Out.
We call that she has a lot of character.
Lots of
character to give.
Let me just put it this way. I'm my biggest fan.
As they said in Monty Python, she has large tracts of land.
Wow.
You
I haven't
are
watched that in ages.
you are an absolute treat and delight. I don't know if we're getting the blinking light.
No.
Oh,
No, I'm just coming over to say hi. I mean,
God,
it's
interrupting
usually-
again. I'm so sorry we're under these hard conditions in this.
It's a little bit like being waterboarded, but I'll survive.
Yeah, that's like quite interruptions too as well. Being tortured in a dark room with a blanket on my head.
there's so much stuff I have to watch my mouth on. 'Cause there's like lines I don't want to cross. Talk about waterboarding. What are you all wet now? I mean, what the hell?
Hey, this is a health and safety concern. I can slide right off my seat. You get this close to me.
Oh my gosh. But
Well, the line just got obliterated.
But speaking of fluids and segues here, what are you looking to potentially expand into? Like, is there something your field doesn't have that you want to invest time into diversifying, like content or gameplay for your
Where
location?
is your field? Because I wasn't here for that part.
Yeah, he doesn't watch the stream either. He
piece
sucks.
of work.
I was doing my job, getting more people to interview.
I tell you what. Actually, we're located right next to Fort Worth City. You hit the highway, and we're on the corner of two highways. It's super easy to get to. So Haltom City, Texas.
Oh, you're in Texas. That's why we don't know about it.
Oh!
No,
Is it because we're such a big, amazing state? We have so many great things. It's hard to find all the great things in the mix.
The
Just say
funny.
yes.
No.
Doesn't really
I come from the penis of the United States. Okay.
I thought you were a little bit of a dick. Maybe a wiener friend.
My best friend's a dick. What can I say? Oh, that's cool. But we haven't gone like travel-wise. I mean, mostly our destination spots have been Nashville Airsoft, and then Stag, which is in Louisiana.
I am going to
you're
the,
just going to like the balls and ass from the dick. You're not.
Hey, look, we went all the way
You're
up
not
north too.
going
I
all
don't want to
the
hear about it.
work the shaft,
Oh,
honey.
you're really excited? You just.
Hey.
I'm actually in October. I'm going to the Alhambra Airsoft Evike Palooza. They're having us there. I'm kind of excited for that. So I got my flight booked for me and more networking. So
It's always a good time if you play it right.
it's true.
All you have to do is be a good time.
Be a party. Be like her. Be a crowd of crazy women. And then walk out and go, ha! The little kid, no!
When a Mormon guy marries me, he automatically gets 4 wives.
Woo, top of the mountain polygamy right there.
That's right.
Oh,
I like
man.
her.
Yeah, we've got several other events coming up. We do some things like a 4th of July event. We've got we got a Western shootout coming up, so it's gonna
That's
be
fun. You should talk about that. That is awesome. That's rare. Not a lot of people do that. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I just want good times. Everything that I think sounds awesome.
All right, we're done. So next topic. No.
Hey!
But so is it
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Dress up. You gotta
Dress
use your
up,
6
6
shooters. You can use your shotguns, your over-unders, that kind of thing.
here's a huge dork question. So is there like a year, like you can only get guns from this year and down? Like 1890?
Oh.
Yeah, see, there's a question.
Okay, all right.
See, I had
Thank you. That's a fucking great question because
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been thinking about it. Nobody's asked me it yet. Okay, so I have.
Go hit the table, woman.
I know I'm a mover too. I'm trying to make it move with me.
Okay.
Okay. That's right. So essentially, I'm thinking anything prior to 1901. Anything prior to that, let's go with that. That's fine.
Safe and smart.
Just that style.
Can I give you
Now-
a huge tip if you really want to cheese the system?
I don't want to.
You just have to look at when this is going to be so high history buff here. Look at when barbed wire was introduced into the West, because as soon as fence lines were introduced, the cowboy basically died because you couldn't rustle cattle up and down the United States anymore. That's actually when the cowboy died. So if you want a definitive year,
That's so sad.
yeah,
And I loved barbed wire.
yeah. Well, then they
Damn it.
did that whole really big war thing with it a couple times too. The little thing here and there.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I heard it was good for us in the long run.
Take that, China. Anyway, so. But not to interject or interrupt. The cowboy event sounds awesome.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we had this idea. I want to do the cowboy event. The next thing was, do I throw another event that's Cowboys v Aliens, where you got to bring those guns that do not look like guns. They look weird. They're freaking weird. And we take those guys against your 6 shooters, because your weird guns aren't always your best guns, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Aliens v Cowboys. Thoughts?
So, if you are being inappropriate, making it Cowboys versus Aliens is very topical with the current legislation.
Oh, shit!
So maybe
I was going to say Cowboys and Indians, and I was like, well, that's obvious.
So maybe I was going to pose to you, maybe cowboys and Indians, or cowboys and I don't know what's more.
6% of me says it's okay for me to say.
Excuse me, I'm
cowboys and
one
Indians.
114th. I people.
Whoa!
No.
Whoa!
I'm actually
You-
Slovenian.
The
What
two
are
of
you?
us were practically solid Native Americans. That's all it took.
I was about to go. Oh no. But cowboys, you could do
How?
with a gun. No, but
Hey! Unless you got a really bad blanket.
I'm so itchy.
Oh, really? yes.
Hi, folks. We're family friendly. Cowboys
History.
and
You were
aliens.
learning history.
You could do cowboys and aliens, but you really got to put that disclaimer. It's not modern cowboys versus aliens. It's put the
Yes, and the aliens are from outer space.
space Independence Day aliens. Mars attacks aliens.
Yes, there we go.
Still a border.
Not your roofer.
Oh, shit.
It's still
Oh, shoot. What's the name of the line when you hit weightlessness? The MacArthur line?
Oh,
There's
that
a
would-
line when you hit weightlessness in a plane, right when you are at the edge of space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's.
I forget what that's
I
called.
think it's called the MacArthur. It's named after the dude who was like, "Hey, this is a thing."
You said doo-doo.
Doo-doo. Okay, so
Can I have some?
another event that we're doing is Crazy Guns. Wear padding, buddy, because you can bring whatever gun you want and party.
So hear me out. I'm gonna kind of push the boundary a little bit on this. I have an AAPO1.
Yeah.
I buy a kit for it
Uh-huh.
that turns it into, let's say, an SMG or something out of a video game, like the
Oh.
ray gun from Blackout Zombies. Acceptable.
Uh-huh. I'm talking, does it shoot and is it scary and maybe you don't get to play with it every time?
Would more exotic guns also work for the alien side? Okay.
Something wild.
Something wild. Something wild. I like
I
it.
want you to make it, and you know, all of our events, if you dress up for the theme, you get $5 off.
You are a woman of the people. That is so
Just
fun.
saying. I like costumes. So dress up so we have more fun.
It's Halloween every day if you feel like it. Yeah.
Oh, we have a box of costumes up there, and you'll have to watch some of our stuff on Instagram. It's,
Oh, what's your
it's
Instagram
funny
name?
for us.
Instagram.
Captech Airsoft at Instagram.com on the interwebs. How do you?
What are you from the 90s? On the interwebs?
I
Wow,
had
I'm
a
gonna
moment, I was
get
like, how do I tell?
dating yourself.
At least I'm not dating myself. All right.
What are you, like on fire or something? What do you mean you're
Oh, this guy, he's got jokes.
I have 5 minutes to live. So
As soon as I get this cigarette lit, it's going right for your armpit.
back to the topic at hand. So I don't have long to live and you're my make-a-wish. No. So Cowboys versus Aliens, I think is more fun than Cowboys versus Indians because the implications for that are probably way worse. But Cowboys versus Aliens, that's so fun because it makes the alien side really think of. Now here's a question: what's the costume for an alien?
It depends. Do you think aliens have 3 arms or an extra eyeball? Do you think aliens have bad breath and smell bad? All right, then that's all the players.
You're here, folks. Cowboys are outnumbered 1 trillion to none. With that uniform requirement, it's over. Good game, alien.
That's right, they win.
They win. They crush them under the sheer weight
Oh.
of loneliness.
We've got plugins, smelly plugins in our get ready rooms. Yeah, it's a whole new world.
You
I
ever,
Febreze it. I walk by and I casually Febreze.
you ever notice when you get a bunch
All right,
of
look.
The
I
toilets are
partially
clean.
paid attention when you said we have plugins. I just got scared.
Oh,
Hi, folks. We're a family-friendly stream.
When
family friendly.
Family
When I say
friendly.
plugins, I mean plug in to the hole and it smells good.
And when I say plugins, what?
That didn't make the explanation any better.
So
No.
that
Not at all.
Reverse.
that is a cool
Not at
future
all.
event. I really love that. That is
Oh,
awesome.
we do a lot of swap meets too.
Oh, BFTs and such. Ooh.
And we play a super fun game for Black Friday. Yeah, you guys know how you can go to the store and get crushed and fight people for products. Come do that in a facility. We put stuff all over the field. We get Black Friday deals. Do an Easter egg hunt on Easter where you reach in there and you maybe want a gun, etc.
Are you already thinking about road trip?
No, well, first off, hi, I'll come visit you. You are a delight. Secondly, so the indoor arena, I'm actually designing one for one down in Florida, and it's a city with a town hall, apartment complexes where there's a Walmart facade, Publix. Allegedly, that's not true, people. But but what you're talking about, like that. So I have like an insane like Google Keynotes. You're doing what I have planned out, and I would love to come partake.
It'd be a pleasure to let you steal some ideas.
Yeah, I mean, we call that collaboration when we don't want to launch
That's
it.
right. That's right. I was trying to explain that to somebody. I said, listen, no ideas, new one.
Yeah,
Just
no.
be chill. You'll be all right.
Yeah, history doesn't repeat; it rhymes, and ideas aren't new.
I like that.
Yeah, and ideas aren't new; they're just repeated. Yeah. But tell us, did you just call me a slur?
No, it's wine.
Folks, I'm so sorry. We should cut this. No, but
I mean, I will now
I did.
for
she's
some.
gonna cut me with a fucking machete. Like I stole and I ran. But anyways, we're not doing that. So let me pose a very important question to you.
Indeed.
Indubitably, favorite condiment.
Oh, condiment. Okay.
Condiment. By the way, sauces.
Sausage,
I'll put
All right,
sausage.
look.
My favorite
You
condiment.
don't have to reside in the sewer at all times, okay? You can come street level for a
I
little bit.
am.
Breathe.
He said condiment. I'm gonna go with, and this is real lame. My favorite condiment, if I had to choose an item with which most things would be sauced.
Ladies,
Yeah, what would you ask that question?
I'm gonna go with mayo because it's actually very versatile.
It's
very fucking versatile.
You can make grilled cheeses with it, burgers. It goes on so many things. You know what? Controversial people don't like it. Fries. It's great with
Oh,
fries. It is.
put a little bit of aioli. That's exactly what the fuck that is. It's fucking mayo.
So we're getting the light to wrap it up.
Be
Yeah.
ready for the replacement. is what I'm saying.
Oh, certainly. Can you plug everything with plug stuff? Plug your friends, shout outs. Tell people things. Sell people stuff. This is your chance to go, give me money.
So
So,
come down and check us out because number one, you're coming to a place that you're going to want to stay. You're going to want to hang out. We are a family and we're a group. We have the stuff there that you need, and if it's anything special, I will go find it and make sure that it happens because that's how we roll. We're that kind of community where we work together. I definitely want to shout out to all of these local patch makers, local people are coming in with their CNC made items. They're so impressive. Bolt and Siege Patches especially has been really great with us.
check them out.
Yeah, they're awesome. And then we actually work with a couple of companies like Bulldog. We work with KWA, Humorex, all of these great guys who have come over to support us. We really appreciate it, and we're so excited to get to continue this next year. So come check us out. We only effing improve every time you come. It's
Check
a
them
little
out.
better.
Plug your location. Address.
4105 Denton Highway, Haltom City, Texas. That's 4105 Denton Highway, Haltom City, Texas. Capjack Airsoft. We're open
Yeehaw.
7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and sometimes later.
Right up on this here facility. Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
let's go. Yeah,
Get
right.
on that Instagram. I tell you what, give us a follow. Check out for our next events.
Yeah,
See you in a minute. Boy, I tell you what, it's a live pleasure.
It was an absolute delight. We're gonna talk more. You are fantastic. I will. We
Thank
gotta
you.
talk. I might come upstairs. This is fantastic. All right, now get
Try
it.
to be entertaining.
Yeah, you were fabulous.
Be safe out there. Don't die.
There's a lot of strangers. I'm scared.
You should be, because I'm the strangest.
All right, someone sub it. That was the amazing interview we just did live. We are at Airsoft Palooza in Houston at Highgrounds Airsoft. Come check us out. It is a fantastic time. We're going to be interviewing people the entirety of the event. I'm Toucan,
The real person you wanted to see is back. We didn't want to hear.
and she's getting kicked off. No,
Hey, I am.
yes, absolutely. But a fantastic interview and more to come. This is one of my many bosses, Wayner.
Our
He may be my favorite, but don't tell nobody.
I won't tell nobody. But
Yeah.
you say that to all your bosses.
Nah, not anymore. I'm getting favorites.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm getting some favorites. So,
Needle and thread.
huh?
Needle and thread.
Needle and thread. So, who's the next person to interview? Mark?
Or do Tech Batteries is coming up here shortly.
Oh, so are you guys interviewing him?
No, but Mark probably will.
Okay, perfect.
Because you let me do that's an outlet. Mark.
And then, so we'll be free. We'll go check out the awesome vendors at this event. fantastic.
Mayor, would you like us to take the phone to walk around, or you
Yeah,
want
do
to
that.
leave
Take
it,
the
or
phone.
do you
Yeah,
want to
you're
leave it?
fine. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's fine.
I brought a portable charger for that as well. So next time we leave it here, we'll
We'll just
plug
plug it
that
up.
in.
You have
Smurf.
your people. Oh my
Smurf!
God,
We
Smurf!
miss you, Smurf.
Oh,
I was hoping
Smurf's
to
on.
see you
Hey, Smurf.
at
I miss you, Smurf,
Syndicate.
with every bullet. Damn.
There's Pierce. Hey,
Oh, Pierce.
yeah, there's
Tops.
Yep.
Yes.
Tops here.
Awesome. Well, when we tag out, we'll do some more networking.
Yeah, he's got to wait for somebody to watch his table.
No
Before
worries.
he
No
comes.
worries.
We're
Oh,
talking
you
with
guys go watch this table. There you go.
Look at all this free stuff.
Yeah. Would you like a battery?
Oh, Kaylee's on there too. There she is.
Haley.
What's with the show thing? What is that?
It's
That's because if you click it, it shows the comment.
Ah,
Yeah.
You'll
oh,
learn, sir.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what we do on
Yeah.
this.
Okay, I didn't know that. It was that easy.
So,
Here.
That's veteran. Smurf.
Oh.
shout out to our sponsors, minidom.co, for fabulous clothing and attire. You
Speaking of
got-
which, he owes me a pair of shorts. He
Wait.
got me my shorts in.
Wait.
Are you two-
Can we see
Yes,
the
here.
cats?
Check it
I
out.
have those nice
Minidom.co. Fantastic material. Gym shorts, also hoodies. This is the latest Camel Plus
Cinnamon drip.
cinnamon drip. You can't see much of it, but it's fantastic.
Here it is, inside out.
Oh, well, okay.
That's Emma's.
I heard
More
it.
Emma's
Here
inside
it is.
out.
But check out this awesome
Fabulous.
cinnamon drip
By the way,
camel
Why do
pack.
yours feel lighter
Battery
than
charge.
mine?
So if you guys want to go out there and get some footage.
But yeah, so we're actually, me and you are going to bounce now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go walk around.
We'll be back for our next
And we're
interview.
gonna take-
Who knows? But we're going to hand it over to our good man, Mark. Players Wanted.
Microphones, please.
No. I also got this to stick in.
There we go.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I think Greg's watching us with the account that I run. Who's logged in?
Oh, Greg Watson?
Well, Dead and Outfitters is watching, but like
That enough for Steve Hawk.
I have a hold of that. So who's watching?
Uh-oh,
I
somebody
think it's
stayed
Greg.
logged in.
Oh, there's like 5 people watching.
Yeah. Alrighty, all right. We're back. I'm back. Next thing I got to do is go through and we're waiting for our next interviewee to come up here, and then after I interview him, I'm gonna see who's gonna hold so I can bring somebody else up.
That's right. You got Tweedledee and Tweedledum. We're good.
Remember, it's mirrored. Tweedledee, Tweedledum.
Yeah, as I said.
How about you put that on? so
Tweedledee,
they-
Tweedledum.
So nobody even heard what you said.
Oh, they heard. They heard. I'm loud enough. See, look, it's working way down and working way over here too. Look. Hey.
Negative Ghost Rider. What's up, Garcia? Sorry, guys. My job is to go out there and get people for us to interview.
Yep. So
Next, we're going to be interviewing Titan Batteries.
Yep. That is going to talk this. We're going to talk to you and Mark. I'm going to go find food.
Me and Mark,
I'm
huh?
hungry.
Yeah.
Meaning the fans.
You're just trying to
fans and Mark.
add your dimension.
Hey,
that's
my
sitting in.
dimension.
You dapper
Yeah.
gents. That's a good comment to highlight right
What did he
there.
say? Dapper
That's
gents?
Tiny, you dapper gent. You dapper gents.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Tiny. How's it going?
I've been
man?
called many things. Well, I've been called dapper before.
I've been called sexy before.
Who's this?
Now, that was either Emma. Oh no, that was probably Stephanie. Stephanie from Captain.
I think so.
Yeah, they had to get.
I'm going to
through
pull her
it.
back on later on
Oh,
because
yeah, she's
Chris-
awesome.
Christian had her fun with her. Now I'm going to have my fun with her, and that sounded really bad. But
Yeah,
she
because
is
you
an
got a
awesome
wife.
person.
Yeah, you should be having that kind of fun with her. And you have a husband.
Yeah, I do.
Yep.
By the way, y'all, what was really funny last night is he is like getting all snippy and everything else. So he said, "I want ice cream."
That's right, I
So
had
we
my
went
ice
into DQ. We went to DQ for just a vanilla cone dipped in chocolate.
That's right.
I pulled up and I said, "The 6-year-old toddler wants an ice cream cone."
Yep.
That
I'll
guy,
take that. I'll
that
take
guy
that
was
every day.
hilarious. He was like, he lost it.
Who's that say? Miss you too. Can't wait to see those that are going to be in bed.
Yep,
Oh,
I'll be
that's
at
right.
Bad Blood.
Smurf will be a bad blood.
I'll be at Bad Blood.
You'll be a bad blood. I won't be, unfortunately. Just because
That thing's hot, huh?
Dude, oh my, I just got undressed. Literally, like, probably half a water bottle of sweat.
I don't doubt it.
That's how you stay
So
skinny
you
and
know,
not fat like me.
I take it you do Fallout events then.
Yes, we do.
So
Y'all interviewed me last year.
That's
yeah,
right.
and we're still doing Geigerlands in the Northeast. So that's first weekend of September.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hell of a good time.
Well, where's it at?
It's at Mid Orange Correctional in Warwick, New York. It's like an hour outside New York City.
Yeah.
What month?
First weekend of September.
So we're going up to Malahide for.
That's December.
Yeah.
That's my birthday weekend.
Yeah.
So we do it months
How
in
the
advance.
heck? Rev,
So-
what is it, like Rev 300?
Yeah, like red. Yeah, red 15,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
C7, like as soon as I put this on, like
Yeah.
our kid on, he was like, "You were at Valhack because I won best dressed at Valhack."
Nice.
And so they gave me free admission for this.
I wasn't there last year because something was going on my birthday. It was my actual birthday last year. I was the guy that was there 2 years ago that does all this. I was smoking brisket. I was giving away free brisket.
Oh, are you going this year?
Probably not. I'm gonna have. It's gonna depend on a numerous amount of factors, but yeah.
All right, I'll see you.
See you out there.
See ya. Sure he did.
So we're gonna be pulling you back in because Christian had his fun with you. Next is my turn.
Hey.
Well, I wanted to find out more information, but I have to do my job of bringing more people in. So
All right. I'll try my best to be a lady.
Oh, please.
I did look.
He
I might
claims-
not have
he
been
claims to
paying
be a man.
attention to the stream, but every time I walked in here, ma'am,
I'm a
Shame,
lady
shame,
and
shame.
a tramp.
you're both in the movie.
Great.
It's both me.
When I'm
Don't
with the
change
dude,
for us.
I'm a lady. When I'm with a girl, I'm the dude.
Sorry, we're talking to Cab Tech again. We're on the side. You
All
can't
right,
see
I need
her.
to find our. Where the hell is he?
Yeah, we're running right
Are we
in
not
front. Just
waiting
so
on
you
the
know.
Titan battery
No.
guy to show up? Which case I'll get
Yeah.
booted off.
He's the next interviewee, and then I got to go find somebody else to interview.
Ah.
Do me one favor. Step a little bit that way.
Oh, the fan. That is Jackson, the young gentleman who went from the bottom to the top. Now he's our assistant manager.
And he's just like, you know what you look like? You look like a bodyguard for her. Like legit,
Standing up
you're
on
just
the
like
side, yep.
standing there like with the entire pose, like
He
nobody's
thinks I'm
coming.
72, so he probably is worried I'm going to fall.
That's when you were born.
Oh, I get that all the time. I get
Right,
that all
sorry,
the time.
76.
Wow. 86.
Oh shit, I was 76.
Wait, you're
I know, right?
96? She's only 2 years older than my daughter.
She's 10 years younger. Oh, there he is, right there. All right, you.
I get out.
That's our next interviewee. So
Excellent, excellent.
we'll be
Step
coming to get
out.
you later. We're gonna use you for it. We're gonna use you for mid
Like,
intermission
Yeah,
entertainment.
yeah, you're awesome, so yes.
Hey Edward, so sorry about your loss, brother. I just heard about it, and I'm sorry about your loss. So, with us now is our next interviewee. It's Titan Batteries, and who are you from again? I'm sorry.
I'm Jesse. Jesse, how you guys doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. All right, just make sure, just remember, project.
Project.
We
Project.
protect. Oh, we can do that too, but there's like we want to make sure there's like a lot of background stuff. So there were Titan batteries. So just in case you all don't know, these are the batteries that we use all the time for Players Wanted. I mean, it's the only battery that we go with. In fact, they graciously donated to us a battery that we can run for the thing we're not going to show because YouTube got taken down already.
It's really cool. You guys are gonna like it.
Yeah. So Titan batteries, I use them all the time. I literally have 12 at home. Wiener, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Go find somebody else for us to interview. Go up in hey, co-host, do your job. Titan is awesome. Like, I just want to tell a little story if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So, I contacted them because I ordered like 6 Titan batteries at one shot. And when I ordered them, they came in and a couple separated right at the top. And I was disappointed. So I put in a return request, replaced with the exact same item. I don't want my money back. I want the batteries. They're great.
Yeah.
Because I have a no call, and it came with the 3 full sticks, and I was trying to find those again because they're I couldn't find them. So had a great conversation. Trent's the owner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Trent had a great conversation, and we're like, he's going through. He goes, all right, we'll send you some new stuff because we saw your name pop up on multiple return requests. I was like, yeah, I go through a lot of batteries because of my Gorilla mitts here. I have to pull them in and out of the gun, and the only way to do it is by the cable, and I kept ripping them out. So, but the one that came, it happened like as soon as I pulled out of the bag, it was already separated. So I was like, in my defense. So with that being said, like I said, we thank you guys for giving us a way to get to play and do some stuff out here. Trent said some cool stuff was coming out. So what do you guys do?
So before we used to solder batteries.
Yeah.
Weld batteries. I'm sorry. We used to weld the batteries. We've gone to solder. It gives a better contact area to the wire and to the battery terminals themselves. And so since then, we're calling these, I guess, a Gen 2 is the best way to say it. They have red caps on them. See if you can see that.
Yeah, you can raise the cameras right up there. So
There you
oh,
go.
look at that.
Red caps on it. It's going to be I'm going to call them a Gen 2.
And what we did is we soldered them instead of welded them, and the actual battery leads we've tucked down further into the shielding. I mean, you can just rip on it. I'm not going to tell you to do it, but you can. You know, if it's like stuck in your gun or whatnot in your stock, you want to pull it out by the wire leads. Don't recommend, but you can. And I mean, you can just yank off. You know, it was a big problem we had. It worked, and then it didn't work. The solder we do now, it's just a stronger material, and it's pushed down. And I mean, it's not going in. And it's probably the biggest improvement I've seen. I really do enjoy it.
Yeah, because I've been trying to like pull these apart because it's like I play a lot of airsoft. You know, hasn't so much this year, but typically I play at least once a week,
Right.
or in some cases 2-3 times a week. And I also do. Last year we did 26 events.
Wow, that's a lot.
Oh, we travel all over. Like we don't get around like some Tijuana horse, man. We go everywhere. The stream is already degraded. Usually we're more family friendly, but like we literally just had an event last weekend. It was my event.
Yeah.
Syndicate 5. So we were at Syndicate 5, and I've already gone up for somebody to use, and then slid the battery in. They went at it, and the great thing I like about Titan is they last so much longer. I've had Vulcans, I've had some other brands, and after a little while they start to puff. Did you find somebody? Who's next?
Galactic Civil War.
Perfect.
Not right now, though. Take your time.
Yeah, you're doing the next one.
I'm doing the next interview?
Hell yeah, man! You're
I'm
an event
a
producer.
Christian with those guys.
Well, can I get that guy?
You want this guy?
Why not?
All right, you know what? I'm done. Wiener. Yeah, go ask Christian if you can. I'm sure Christian.
He does his thing in there.
Okay, so he's going to do the next one?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm going to make him do the next one. That's his genre.
That is definitely. So, Tucon is our. He writes it as our head admin for our chief of staff for both of our events.
Yeah.
And he writes all the games and all that. We actually wrote a game called Highgrounds, which is Fallout.
Okay.
It's a survival type game. That's what he does. It's like all the weird stuff that you can see out there. He's just ecstatic for it. So it's really great. So what else is coming up in the Titan line that we need to be aware of, that we should keep an eye out for? Anything new and exciting? What's next for Titan?
The next thing is going to be our new charger, right?
Okay.
We announced it at SHOT Show. We reamped it. It's really cool. I can't really talk a whole lot on it. This is our not original model, but it's our current model. And what it allows you to do is no power hooked up to it. You don't have to have a power cord or anything. And you're able to plug your battery into it on the balance charger port, and you're able to read the cells, right? 11.1 has 3 cells in it, so it's going to say all total voltage. Cell 1, cell 2, and then cell 3. And that's going to let you know when it's balanced. If for whatever reason, say any battery has a dead cell, it'll let you know.
Yeah, and I love these. I mean, I forgot to bring mine with me this time around, but it's compact. I mean, that's the size, and then plus whatever brick you have, it's easy to go inside and carry on. Like Wiener and I, we're going to Denmark. On Tuesday, we leave for Denmark.
Denmark?
Yeah, we're going to Denmark.
Wow.
We have friends in Denmark. We met them at Miami Airsoft. They came, and I said, hey, next time you're back in town, let us know. You can use my gear. And it just started a great and awesome friendship. So now we're going to Denmark. They're doing the same thing for us, taking us around. We're staying in their summer home. So shout out to Hendrik and Frederick. We love you guys. Hey, it's a little late now, ain't it? But then we do all the cool things too. But like Pew Pew at Sea and all the other fun stuff. So, but I love these because they're small and they work well. And they charge pretty quick. And the only downside is that beep.
Yeah.
It's like at night you throw it on the balance charger, like we're at an event and we're trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden we forget it's there.
Beep.
And then like 30 minutes
Beep.
later, beep,
Beep.
beep.
I don't know how he hears it over the story.
No,
You're snoring. Shut the hell up, freight train.
believe it or not, I've been just asleep, like a light sleep, and I'm dreaming, right? And I'm like,
Always
beep,
good.
beep, beep.
And it
I'm
takes you
like,
from a
what?
dead, like you're out. You're like, what the hell?
It just wakes you up, and I'm like, what in the world? And I'm like, it's charger.
So he's heard me say before, son of a bitch, get up. The funny thing was we both put them on before bed. One was like deader than the other, so I disconnect mine, not realizing his, and all of a sudden you're finally about to get that nice cozy sleep. You got that dream about to start, and all of a sudden, beep, motherfucker.
You're comfy. You don't want to get out of bed, but you don't want to listen to it all night. I mean, it's what it's supposed to do is to remind you, hey, it's done.
So with the new charger, is it the same size? I wasn't at SHOT Show. We're going to SHOT Show next year.
Right.
So
So it is going to be similar in size. It is going to be a little bigger. It's going to have a nicer LED screen on it.
Okay.
It's we want to make it a little modern. We've had this one and it works. It works great. Everybody loves it. I love it myself. We want to change, right? Things change, and we want to put that change out there. So we want to be able to give the players and anybody that uses, even for RC cars, if we want to use it for that, we want to give them the better experience. It's nicer, it's fancier, and I believe, and if right, it's going to be able to charge 2 batteries at once. So that is kind of a talk.
That is, if that happens, that is going to be fantastic, because when we run our events, we use a skirmish system.
Right.
We have 22 skirmish boxes that we have to recharge every single night. So when we get back to the hotel, we start the charge, and the charging thing we use for them right now is not efficient and probably damages those batteries. So it's like one of the things that we actually really do need to talk to Trent is I might need a bulk order of 20 some odd batteries so that way you can fill all the.
I can't even count that high. You're talking about having to charge that many?
It's really funny to watch when you hit the table and shakes the camera. It's like, let's see, earthquake.
We'll do that.
I know. It's hey, last year we had another tripod, but we didn't bring in carry-ons. We only brought carry-ons, not in. But so for context, at the last it was Yellow Dog. We had Yellow Dog Outbreak as our game.
Right.
We had the other batteries because they were cheaper, and then we had Titan batteries because those other batteries were dead. I was like, here, just take one of mine. I tossed one of the Titan batteries. They threw it in there, and that Titan battery lasted the entire day and into the night because we lost the box. And what we mean by lost is that the guys put it up and didn't tell me exactly where it was. So we're going through, and then we finally found it at the end of the day Sunday. It was still on. It was still using the same charge while the other ones were already dead. So it's like I literally need to have that conversation with Trent, with Titan, to be like, hey guys, I need about 22.
And this is only our 3,000. We make it 6. We make it 6,000 milliamp ion.
Can you just imagine riding down the street and all of a sudden one of them fails to fireball that's going to be in your car?
I don't want to. I don't want to think about it. You want to talk about a brick.
Yeah.
It's a tri-cell nunchuck, but it is a brick.
That would be good for the control boxes.
What's that?
The brick he's talking about, the 9,000. You said 9 or 6? 6,000.
Yep.
That'll go for an entire day.
But you want to talk about milliamp hours? So this is our 3,000 milliamp nunchuck. We're making a 4,000, same size, same output, same price. 4,000. Why would you not?
Why not?
And then our 6,000 is going to get bumped up to 8,000.
For those of you that like to simulate full auto in a semi-fire field with your trigger finger, yeah. There's times where I do it. I'll be honest. There's a couple videos up there. Well, that's binary. It's not binary. I have an OCOS, zero response trigger.
Hey, get it while you can.
So, anything else new that's going to be coming out from Titan?
Not that I can publicly share.
Damn it! That's all good. I've already told him there's something I can't share that we will hopefully have the big announcement on August 1st. So,
I'm just getting back at him.
Touche. All right. You have anything else you want to talk about? I know you got a table to get back to. So.
Yeah, I got to get back out there. I want to say thank you for having me on, though.
Oh, our pleasure. This is what we do every year at Palooza. We want to do more events like this where we go out there and we just talk back to the community. So I started talking to you a little bit about it. One of the cool things we're doing is Pew Pew at Sea. It's April 9th through the 13th. It goes out of Fort Lauderdale. It will be our 4th cruise that we've done. And it's all cool to do stuff like this. So we can sit down and talk about, hey, look, there's all the cool stuff coming out. And you don't have to worry about the stress of, oh my God, we're out on the field, we're doing all this. There's no setups or anything else. It's just
show up.
Yeah, you just show up. You're on a cruise. Like the day before, we play at either Miami or Palm Beach Airsoft. And people that want to go there and play, they don't have to worry about bringing their well, you want to bring in whatever iPro, baseball, and rental mask.
Yeah.
But we have everything that you guys would want to play with. Because I have 55 guns on the gun now.
Can I get your OCA?
That's actually got to go back. You got to get them to fix something. That's one of my babies, man. But I will tell you, I got a check this out. This is funny as hell. So my son has muscular dystrophy, and we went and bought a brand new. Well, not a brand new. We bought a new to us wheelchair van. So my wife said, when I drove it all the way home, I said, hey, cool. She goes, I want to park it. I was like, it's good. So I took this brand new File 9 that I just got out of the car, and I put it off to the side. She not only hit it, but then she ran it over.
I don't think I've ever ran one of my guns.
But it still works perfect. It works fine. I pulled it out. I was like, oh my God, woman. I ran over there, opened it up, and I was like, all right, I just bought it. Like, that day I picked it up because we had to go to Dead End Outfitters in Fort Myers. So
I think you should tell her you need a new one.
Already did. And but we're also getting a new dog, so it's like I can't do both.
New dog, new airsoft gun.
I got a new airsoft gun. It still works. The box doesn't.
But you can have 2. 2 is better than 1.
My wife says you only have 2 hands. Why all this? Because you were going to my house, you'd be like, holy crap. When we had a guy come in to do a 4-point inspection for our insurance today.
Yeah.
He went through and my wife said he literally backed out because he thought we were preppers. Because there's no orange chips on any of those guns.
It's supposed to be.
It doesn't matter in Florida. That's only for sale.
Really?
Yeah.
I was in New Jersey, and I called one of the shops up there, and they were like, "You have to have it." I was like, "Okay." I live in Arkansas, so
yeah,
it's not a thing there.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure having you, and we're gonna have you again. If you want to come back by and say hi or whatever, we'll be here all day.
Yeah.
And you're going to the after thing too, right?
Maybe.
Oh, you should go to the after thing.
Really?
Oh yeah, we always have a blast out there.
Okay, I'm empty. I'll go.
All right. Well, we'll take this off you real quick, and can you go find the Chaos Goblin? Thank you very much, Titan, for coming out, and I'll come by and see you in a little bit. Oh man. I said, I just plugged you guys, the EO Action Sports Center, to the one who wants to go in there. Yeah, I don't know if you heard me or not, Yordi, but the wife ran over my File 9 in the box. I mean, look at that crap. She crushed the box, but it still works great. We're still checking to see if we can get back on YouTube. Oh, man. So we're just going out to get our next interviewee so we can talk all about the stuff that's going on here. It's been a blast so far, guys. I mean, it's a really cool event. Place is packed. Unfortunately, we did not win one of the golden tickets this time around. Yeah, dude. She goes, I want to park the new van. So she went to park the new van. I moved the gun out of the way. Standing on its end, somehow she managed to hit it and then run it over.
If it's easier for you, you can just go to the other side because you got all the.
All right. So
Wherever you want me, I'll be in.
Certainly, you're gonna sit where he's sitting.
come on over here. If you want, let me take your helmet. We can put it right here so it's a nice little drip back.
Awesome. I actually need to grab my backpack. So I'm gonna charge her.
Cool. I love the Scout uniform, by the way.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm Joe from Players Wanted. How you doing?
Thank you. How about
This is
yourself?
going to be Players Wanted Airsoft. So as soon as you get you all set up, actually, what I'll do this is
Perfect.
I will get you. Hey, that's loaded there.
Hey. Listen, it's Airsoft Palooza. I'm down for just about anything.
All right, here. I'll shift over while he gets ready.
Perfect.
Throw that down on my back.
Here you go.
So pretty much, rules for the stream is we're apolitical here. And just watch the table. The more you hit it, the more work you're going to cause. All right.
Yep.
So your job is to talk about Galactic Civil War and all that fun stuff.
Perfect.
And go through. So
Oh,
I'm just giving filler to hand off to the perfect person to interview somebody with Galactic Civil War. Didn't you write Max Civil War game?
I helped with Max Civil War,
Okay.
but we took basically most of it from the beautiful folks at the GCW. Shout out Mind Game Productions. Like, get out of the way.
Jesus Christ.
Stream takeover. Alrighty, y'all. I'm Toucan with a bunch of different companies, and the not so special average, or probably the most special guest we may have, is in fact, so say the doctors and tests. Yes. But mind introducing yourself here and just tell the folks about you.
Yeah, I'm Daniel Coral. I represent the Galactic Civil War Galactic Civil War Airsoft. Sorry,
Nailed
I've
it.
been saying it a lot today.
I understand completely.
Actually, my voice is dying just a little bit.
I'm a little hoarse too.
Yeah, I'm feeling it in the throat, you know? But yeah, we represent the Galactic Civil War Airsoft. It's basically a big Star Wars RP event where we use Airsoft as kind of a tool. Because again, if I point at some rebel scum, I want him to feel like he might actually get shot for being a rebel, you know?
You want them to feel it emotionally.
Exactly, exactly. And so we try to recreate the Star Wars universe for a couple of days. So usually we do 2-day events. And usually they're pretty continuous. Usually they're like from a Saturday to Sunday, and we don't end the game. If it's 4 a.m. and you're asleep, sorry, the game still might be going on.
As the word would indicate, there is a high level of immersion.
Yes, exactly.
Because when the people in the Star Wars universe go to bed, it's them just going to bed.
Exactly.
It's not Billy Bob going, well, Jahingle's tired. I'll just log out of my... No, you're sleeping,
Yeah.
you're breathing, you're eating, you're drinking. It is truly a fantastic event. So, context here. I am in Florida, and the Mind Game Productions crew had the Flames of the Rebellion games. It was a localized Star Wars event we would have. Super fun, great costumes and turnout. But we were looking for more. We were looking to make the game more of something outside of what we do. And Mind Game Productions, I'm very blessed they have me as one of their admins. Critique, write, help run the games. I mean, fantastic crew. Shout out to Mind Game Productions. Mac, you're the overlord we all need not know. So yeah, Mac specifically was looking to expand the breadth of our Star Wars LARPs.
Right.
And lo and behold, who knew there was an entire infrastructure already set up for it? And we talked to 6mm Mandalorian.
Yep. Chris is an awesome dude.
Shout out that guy. He does actually rule. He's DMing. It goes on beautiful. And very welcoming. Very welcoming. And I mean, even some of you guys came down to Florida just to
see it. Yeah.
And with uniforms and guidance, it was fantastic. We had been running it for 3 years, but you guys definitely helped add that polish, that level of immersive polish to it. It was very nice. And we greatly appreciate you guys coming down. We can't wait to torment you all some more.
Oh, for sure. I'm excited. We're excited to come back down, obviously.
Absolutely. But enough of that diatribe. Just a little background into this. It's actually very nice to finally meet another guy outside of the state for the event. So tell us how you got into it. Tell us what really got your knickers in a bunch to go do it.
So it's actually really funny. I heard about the first event from a friend who was going, and he went full out. I've been a Star Wars fan for a long time. I think we all have been Star Wars fans. You know, I know it's a pretty hot take to be a Star Wars fan. I'm joking.
What are you, like everybody else? Disgusting.
I know, crazy. But so I was a big old Star Wars fan, and I had a friend that was a big old Star Wars fan, and we had just kind of become acquainted. We hadn't been we hadn't hung out that much, and he said, I'm going to this Star Wars event, Airsoft. I'm like, okay, cool. Is it like BB Wars? Because D14 used to have those D14 in Texas.
Yes, I remember that.
Wars.
Yeah.
And they always advertise it as like a Star Wars-ish event, but let's be honest.
Excuse me, reach real quick, you're fine.
You're good. But let's be honest, it never really popped off. It was never really committal to Star Wars.
Yeah.
I remember I went as a Han Solo at one point.
Oh, that's so main character energy.
Well, it was crazy because I did it because I had it was like the simplest kit I could put together at the time. And my friend, he had gone as Han Solo the year before. So he tells me, I'm going to this Star Wars event thing. He's like, I've never been to it, but I'm excited to try it. I was like, okay, Star Wars event, BB Wars, it'll be the same, not nonsense.
Oh, dabble. Yeah.
And so I actually said, no, I wasn't going to go. I was like, that's too much work for me. I'm not going to. I think this one was in Wisconsin. And I was like, I'm not going to Wisconsin. I'm not driving all the way to Wisconsin to do an airsoft event. Yeah. And then he comes back, and he has all these pictures and these videos, and he tells me, this is something different. This is something completely different. And so I started getting into it. I joined the Discord. I looked at the website, and lo and behold, the community is so welcome.
It's not only is it weirdly tight, but it's so open. Join us to also be tight.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone really be pushed away by the community. Almost every time someone joins the community, they want to know, first thing I hear is who are you joining?
Yeah.
What faction do you want to join? What do you need? Do you need a blaster? Do you need a costume? Do you need help? We've got lots of links and all that kind of stuff. And I said, you know what, I want to do this. I want to go full out. I don't do anything not 100%. So I was a stormtrooper.
Preach, brother, preach.
Yeah.
I don't do anything 100%. Woo!
Exactly. So I did Inferno Squad because that was like the easiest skit I could put together and still be a stormtrooper.
Sick. Part of my reach. Sorry.
And ever since, I had that first event was something special. Something magic. Like you just entered this and you could tell everyone was on the level. Everyone was ready.
Everybody's in on the idea.
Yeah.
Which is rare, by the way.
Everyone's in on the idea, and the other thing is no one's taking it too seriously. Like there is still a level where everyone is kind of, realizing, hey, we're all a bunch of dorks in the sun wearing heavy Star Wars costumes that weren't really supposed to be meant for airsoft.
No one wants to get a lecture from a guy dressed as Greedo being like, it wasn't immersive enough. It wasn't,
Exactly.
Everybody's aware of it's Halloween, but with airsoft.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and we've had goofy kits before too. I had a friend who couldn't afford to do something crazy, so he had a black jumpsuit, hero patches, and he had a black baseball cap.
Hey.
And we were like, hey, you kind of look like a janitor. And so we bought him a mop. And he got his own patches that said Imperial Janitor. And so we at some point had like a sanitation unit. Because again, like everyone is so willing. I think we have an Imperial cook now, too.
That is insane.
Because like we're so welcoming. Everyone, if you have an idea, there's very few times that someone's going to be like, don't do that. Like at least they'll try to make it work as long as it's nothing like too story breaking,
I get that, yeah. Like, so the group I run the Black Sun Crime Syndicate group.
Yeah.
And I've had them, it's funny, like going into the GCW sanctioned Florida event, it's like, well, everybody's starting a faction. I just kind of looked at the boys like, we've been doing this for years, sick. There's like 17 of us showing up. We're like, new. Like the guys that came down to help assist get that event off the ground. Again, like stoked to be there, self-aware. They would be immersive when they needed to be. If they needed to do something in an administrative capacity, be like, hey, real quick, guys, let's so giving to the crowd to try to elevate us to join the fold easier. I mean, it is pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's one of those, I feel like, drink all the Kool-Aid. You're drinking the Kool-Aid, but finish the cup.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've left a little bit on the bottom. Take the rest of the swig.
Listen, we're all doing it. You finish that cup.
And I'll give it this. I think one of the visions, because Chris talked about it a little bit at some point, where his vision was that we'd have like the big, because we split the GCW into two kind of categories. We've got the Battlefront events.
Yeah.
Well, now it's kind of three categories almost. We have Battlefront, which is a little bit more like airsoft war focus.
Which, rock and roll.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah.
We have the big RP events, which are kind of like the big, like everyone's going full out, where people are writing stories. We have NPCs and store owners. And
also
like
rock and roll. Super. I've heard those are like, you should
go
to
You need to come. You need to go to one.
What is it? Is Battlefield Boulevard? What's the big RP one for you guys?
So it's always if you hear Battlefront, it's always like that focus one.
Yeah.
I think we're trying to market. So we have a third version right now, which is Planetary Garrison, which is kind of what I would call what I call sister events, kind of like what they tried to do with Flames of the Rebellion.
Yeah.
Where the idea is we're taking a community that's kind of like budding, and we're like, okay, we don't have to make this exactly GCW, but we can affiliate with them so we can get people to come to the bigger events.
Yeah.
And overall, like those ideas also then filter into the big RP events, and suddenly you have like this melting pot of like incredible like ideas.
Absolutely. And not just like we're all following the same guide rails, like you elevating like sister events, regional events. You get like that boiling pot of that's a great idea.
Well, one of the coolest thing, and he wanted it across every state, right? His idea was like, every state would have their own like little local event that people could go to, because like obviously it's kind of hard to go across the country to one of these things. You have to be pretty dedicated. It's a rare breed
of people. But shout out Cyan or Cheyenne.
Cayenne, I think.
Cayenne Che. He's like, 3 events every 2 weeks. Hell yeah!
I don't know how he does it. Even I'm dedicated. I can't. 2 events a year is hard for me.
I understand how he does it. Let me tell you, none of us are going to see an old age.
That's
it takes a lot out of you to travel so much. He's on. Shout out to that guy. He rules. Also, thank you for coming out to assist us as well at Flames of the Rebellion. Wonderful man. Wonderful man.
Oh, he's awesome.
He's so
well. Not only that, he's dedicated to the point like even when he's not doing trips, he's vacuum forming armor for and the main events. He sells armor for credits for fake money. Like so
yeah,
he
some of my
doesn't
guys
get
bought some of his. Yeah. And
so-
the man, with his outfits, he's so drippy, he's wet. Like he goes all out on.
Oh,
his
he's always he's always in kit. He's super cool. Love that guy.
Dude.
But yeah,
a kiss, if you will.
Oh, wow.
100%. Go catch it. That's right here. Let that fly out. No. Well, whoa! Get the turbo lasers.
Yeah.
No, but that's cool.
Caught it.
How you? No! Watch, I was gonna put like a 33% tax on it, dang Imperials. But
hey, no. We need it.
we need it. So, how you got into it? Fantastic. Talking about the different events, the 3 styles of events, super cool. What do you reckon? An event you've been to that you go, that was the event. I don't rest my laurels on how good it was, but man, it was good.
Are you saying like a specific like
Yeah, a
one of
specific
them?
event, or
Okay.
even like if there's an instance at one event, maybe the event was good, but then there was one thing that just elevated it to the best one you've ever been to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do know this one. So weirdly enough, like it always sucks to say that's your first event. That it is because it feels like that. Like the first event's always like the one that like.
There's naivety to it. You're just
yeah.
not it. You don't know.
But one of the coolest ones was so for that first event, the moment I knew that GCW was going to be something incredible was me and a friend wanted to go to we an entire group of people wanted to go to this event. Now, not all of us could afford a full because I wanted to be a stormtrooper, so I was fully stormtroopered out. And then one of my other friends, he didn't want to go Imperial, and he didn't feel like he could afford it. We have affordable options now, but at the time it was a little bit
like binary, this or that.
Yeah, exactly. So he went to like the thrift store, bought like $20 worth of like used like clothing and like mixed earth colors, and made this great unaffiliated. But we wanted him to run in our squad. So we were like, okay, how do we do this? So we were coming up with like these excuses. And I'm like, okay, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna have you in town. We're gonna go into town. We're gonna kind of like walk around, and we're gonna see you, and we're gonna corner you, and we're gonna say, hey, aren't you that guy? Aren't you're wanted by the Empire, aren't you? And that was we're gonna have this whole excuse of like grabbing him, taking him to the Imperial
the
base.
setup for RP is fantastic.
Yeah,
That
take
is
him to
awesome.
the Imperial base, and then like kind of blackmail him into being in our squad. Couldn't have gone worse. And when I say worse, I mean the best way it could possibly go. We walk into town, we see him, we corner him, we start going, hey, aren't you that guy? Yeah, I think this is the guy. Maybe we should have taken him to Imperial base. As we're about to do this, I hear, hey, and we turn around, and there's a set of Mandalorians. Just like,
Gotcha. 5-minute timer.
cool,
folks.
I'll make it fast.
Yeah, no, this is fantastic.
They're just standing behind us, and they say, hey, take your business out of our town. Because the Mandalorians are releasing the town at that time. We're like, okay, cool, yeah, we'll get out of here. We grab him, we start moving. They're like, he stays. And
the
so,
Mandalorian. Oh,
and so we're like,
that's
and so
funny.
there's this like crazy tension moment where we're all standing there, and like there's a set of Mandalorians, we're a bunch of Imperials in the town. We're all just sitting there, like looking at each other.
A dork's wet dream.
Exactly,
That is so
waiting,
fun,
waiting
dude.
to see if anyone does anything. We decide, you know what? Fine, we'll come back later, and we leave.
And you.
But here's the thing: we didn't think anything of it. We kept trying to get back to town to get him, but he kept disappearing. He kept running away. And the thing is, it became such a thing that again, it was just an excuse for him to be in our squad. But at a certain point, other people started to hear about this event that happened and this guy that's wanted. And so it became this big thing where he suddenly became a wanted man, and we had other Imperial leaders like hearing about it, finding him, capturing him run away, then run into him again, capture him, and the entire event he was just running around, and that was the moment that I knew it was going to be something special because we did. It was an excuse.
Yeah.
It was something
Man,
simple.
that is some organic
that just
RP right there.
Organically grew into this big thing, and that happens all the time. that's the coolest part of these events. It feels like
Yeah.
you if you put like the little bit of effort into building a story for yourself,
A hair.
it'll balloon into something incredible.
I like going to these and trying to make a character. It's really fun just when my guys are like, I don't know what to do. Think of something ideal as like a character archetype and give them a crazy flaw and just run the whole game like that.
Yeah.
Because like your friend is like, perfect, like I'm just showing up, but they know me. That's a great flaw.
Yeah,
For like
exactly.
if you don't know how to RP, just mess your guy up with something.
Yeah, we actually on our most recent event we had a guy. Oh Jesus!
Yeah, he's like, "Girl."
We had a guy named Sloan. He's actually very. He's doing a bunch of YouTube stuff for it. His big flaw that he decided to choose was that he drinks on the job. And
Oh,
so-
brother, life imitates art.
yeah,
Am I
exactly.
right?
And so now he's like this imperial officer that like has gotten drunk publicly, and he makes an ass out of himself. But like at a certain point, that's just so much fun to watch.
Oh
because
my
now,
God.
He does
now
a
you
British
have-
accent too.
He does do a British accent.
British accent and very hoity-toity, not
Yeah.
nice to anyone unless it's a higher up that he can lick their boots.
That's so fun.
No, and he's awesome. So like I agree. Like as soon as you add a flaw to something,
It's the best
play
thing
into
ever.
it. My character, I just play him ignorant. Every time I've had several conversations with one of the bar owners that's very rebel, like coded,
Right.
and she'll be like, "Hey, I'm so glad the Empire's here," sarcastically, and I'll be like, "Yes, thank you. I'm glad that we agree on this. I'm glad we agree on this point." You know, anytime she has any resistance, we're like, "Yeah, we're just bringing justice. I don't know what you're talking about."
For the Black Suns, I've for years I just keep giving myself this. The flaw is every time I have a conversation, there has to be a lie in it somewhere.
That's awesome.
So
sick.
So every single conversation, I lie, and it just forces the worst, dumbest. But the other thing too is like we're Black Sun. It's like, yes, we want the Empire here. Empire is awesome, so we can do whatever we want with their business. It's like the best cover
Exactly,
ever.
yeah.
It's like, oh, you guys will fight the rebels. Let's steal. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
So I do. Unfortunately, you got like 2 minutes. You want to do any personal shout outs?
Yeah.
Pump some socials, brother. This is your chance.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I don't remember most of our socials, but we have an incredible
Fake
story.
fan.
I know,
Fake fan.
I know. But the biggest thing I would say is go to our website. If you look up Black Civil War on Google, I think we used to be the top search. Now we're the second. We got beat by Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Hey,
And that's okay.
I'll take
I'm
that.
not.
I'll take
So
that.
if you look at Black Civil War, and even if you tag in Airsoft on top of that, you'll find our website easy.
Yes.
Join our Discord. Our Discord has 750 plus people.
Okay, get out of here with that. Come on.
and they're super willing to help. They're super willing to
Yes.
just welcome you in and have a good time. We have a couple events that we're advertising for.
Yes, shout them out. Yes, dates, baby.
We have one in Wisconsin, in Mouston, Wisconsin. That one is in October. I don't remember the exact
Battlefield
dates.
Mouston?
That one's a Battlefront one.
Yes,
that one's a little
Battlefront.
bit.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah, so that one's a little bit more war-centric. If you've ever played the Battlefront games, it's
It
kind of
rules.
like that.
Watch those Swiss rockets. But anyway,
Get
get it, shot. We're almost done. Stop that.
And then we have another one here in Texas, in South Dallas. That one's going to be a one-day event, so it's actually kind of 50% off for tickets.
Oh, that's fun.
And it's going to be a heavy RP event. It's called Players Wanted Airsoft, and that's on November 1st.
And shout out Jefe Airsoft
Yes.
as a sponsor. Shout out DJ Blasterworks.
DT Blasterworks.
DT Blaster.
DT Blasterworks is
A
where
1,000 lashings. I messed it
yeah,
up.
yeah. DT Blasterworks is where we get all of our cool kits for blasters.
So cool.
So and he does incredible work for fairly cheap. So
Yes, you are a treat and a delight.
You
the
too, my
drip
friend.
is
Thank
fantastic.
you.
For sure. I mean that sincerely. Leave. No.
Yes.
Let me derail.
Finally,
you.
I can get out of here.
Yes, we might. I think interviewing somebody else in your group would be fun too. Because this is fantastic storytelling.
Hey, grab the Rebel. He hasn't been to an event though, so we might grab someone else.
Sacrifice someone.
I've been to a grand total of one event.
I might
A
get
veteran.
A veteran, of course. Thank you.
Yes, again, an absolute pleasure. Check out GCW. Check out their website and Discord for more events. Get in here, you bum, real quick.
All right.
All right, watch this. All right, now leave. No, these guys rule. They're fantastic. Thank you so much for being a distraction. It was very fun. And now, again, we're at Highgrounds Airsoft, folks. Drop some questions, comments, complaints. Let's follow up on the chat here. Tom Sheena, what's up? Oh. Chaos here. Shout out to one of my bosses, Yordi. We're going to the Alhambra event in California in August. It's going to be a good time. Philip, my minigun brother, so good to hear from you. But I'm going to step away, probably strangle this guy here in a second. And more interviews to come. Stick around and ask questions. Come here, you. Get over here.
You got both mics?
Yes.
Go around that side. So you're gonna put on nice little lapel mic here. Now, when you're talking, just make sure here they have this at a weird angle. When you're talking, just make sure you speak up a little bit because there's a lot of background noise. So, all right, guys. So I went out and I found my next victim. I mean, interviewee, Daniel from MOS Manufacturer.
Or Chupa King, some people call me.
Chupa King. Okay. Hey,
MOS.
we go for. Hey, Christian, can you give me a refill, please, on the Coke?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'll
I
get that
appreciate
refill
you.
right away, sir.
Hey,
Why
I'm
spend it?
So, in case you also have a.
See all those people right there? Like, yeah, you guys are missing out.
I know.
Where am I looking at? That or that?
This is the best one to do because this is the mainstream where
Right.
everything's on there. But yeah, we're at Airsoft Palooza. This is a must-have event for us every single year. My partner in crime here, Wiener,
He's
so
over there.
he runs New Breed Airsoft. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're actually going to Denmark on
Okay.
Tuesday.
Nice.
So we actually rearranged our Denmark trip for Airsoft Palooza.
Nice. This
So-
is like how you said, this is a must go.
It is.
You see all those people like I was pointing out right now. It's a little humid here, but it's nice.
I'm from Florida. This is
Okay.
nothing. This is a dry heat.
I'm a Californian. We're from California. I was born, raised there. Definitely like different weather. We always get that nice weather. So for us complaining, this is complaining. for us.
Yeah.
So you're used to it.
Like we walk outside, it's like, oh man, it's a dry heat. This is unusual.
You're like, oh, okay.
All right, so one of the things we always like to do is we like to bring every vendor inside. We talk about it. So I first was introduced to our tourist line and everything else at it was the 13-year anniversary of the SMS Airsoft.
Oh, okay.
So you guys had a thing out there, and the guy was showing, and I was like, I want it. And actually, one of the ones that was like the split gearbox.
Yeah.
Our buddy bought one of your display models.
Oh, okay.
Jet. I appreciate it.
Here you go.
There you go. COVID free.
Ignore the floaters. That was congestion. I've been drinking a lot of milk too.
Viruses.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what is new in the line of MOS?
Well, a lot of things since you came about, and that one day, I guess you would say, there was a lot of things that happened.
Well, I've been seeing you guys a lot since then. That was like my first real interaction with MOS. So I'll be honest with you, I'm a G&G guy.
Oh, okay, Ryan's a good guy.
Only because the G&G stuff is what predominantly I'm from Miami, the Miami Airsoft area, so we had a lot of stuff down there. I will tell you this. Yeah, you guys have to up your game because my wife ran over my newest gun I got on Thursday.
Oh, wow.
And it still fires.
Okay. Well, like,
That's going to be like the new test I'm going to buy. You got to be like, hey, honey, run it over at the van again.
It's going to be a stress test.
But so what's the newest thing that you guys are really hyping up and looking at? Because your split gearbox was awesome.
Oh, yeah. So we are in the market now in the high kappa. This is our first high kappa. We did start off a little late. But hey, we're like the turtle, man. You got to take your time, and you get to the finish line. And you got these guys that are running, but we're starting good. Got a lot of good positive.
I look at it like this: like just because you are getting into it late, it's quality, right?
Yes,
you don't have to be first.
Yep.
Quality, because what I want to do if I'm spending $300 for something, I want to make sure it's effective, works, and everything. I'll not run for like a week and then break down.
Yeah, that's what we see too. Like how you're saying that we're starting a little late, but from that. We get the advantage of being able to see what people are doing, what people like, and then how to improve on that.
Yeah, and that's always the best thing that you can do. It's like sort of like when we started running events. The first event that I was ever a part of, that if you would have asked me 4 years ago, I was asked they go, Joker, when are you going to run an event? I was like, man, I'm not going to run an event. I'm just a player. I'm just out here. I'm doing my live streams. I'm doing my videos and all that. And then I went to lockdown, and there was an experience that happened there where all of a sudden now I'm running the event. And then started running events. And then now we're in the process of we're in the process of, well, we have an announcement coming up August 1st, let's put it that way. Hopefully the announcement we can do. But it's like things have changed, and you don't know where you start, but it's where you end up and how you will grow.
Definitely,
so you guys have like several different major lines though. Like tourist line has been when we do our events, and that's the thing that most people have been raffling off. Like FTX Taxo just raffled one off at Syndicate. Shout out to our other sponsor.
Steven.
Hey, look, name dropping here.
There you go, man.
Steven Schoenberg. I'm surprised he's not in the chat yet. But Steve's a great guy. He's really awesome. So
he's a really solid guy.
He helped us out with something that we needed, like on the spot help with, like not it's sort of, but not really airsoft related. And then on top of that, you know, I'm going to ask you about this in a minute anyway.
Yeah.
What you guys seen this year? There was a slowdown, but we Amped could not. Amped is usually our main vendor.
Yeah.
And we allowed Steven to come in. We did it last year at our last Syndicate game, but Amp's going to go, so Steven stepped up. He did all the airfill stations.
Nice.
He brought a bunch of pyro. Thanks, Steven. It's in Orange County, New York. It's this Mid-Orange Correctional Facility in Warwick. So there's a park that goes around the place. So the park's always like, oh my God, you guys are doing all this stuff. So we're always concerned that there's going to be the nades sounding and all that.
Oh, okay.
No, he stepped up bigly. So one of the questions I have is, especially since it's like the only thing that we're touching on politically and we're going to get off it. Have you guys seen a downturn or challenges with the tariffs and all that for stuff coming in?
Well, we did kind of experience something just recently. The high capital that it is out now was actually delayed for about a month or two because of tariffs. Nobody knew exactly what was going to happen. You know, our product coming from Asia did affect in some aspect, but of course, what we did is it did add a tariff. But you know, we went ahead and absorbed it. We were like, you know what? We want to make sure that what we promised that SHOT Show was fulfilled, which is now available now. So
nice.
You're able to see them in the market. They're slowly making their ways into different.
And I wish we could show some of this stuff, guys, but we already got YouTube taken down today,
Yeah,
so we don't.
Can't show none of that.
Oh man, it was like it's that one right over there. Yeah. I went like this and I put it down.
Yeah, it goes like that, it goes down.
And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's like 8 minutes into the stream. It's like, YouTube said no. Well, that's good. I mean, when I didn't realize just how much MOS has, your book is like that thick.
Oh, yeah.
It's massive. It's huge. And there's a bunch of stuff inside of there. I was like, I didn't realize this. So, what's the next cool thing that you guys are working on or that you're going to be bringing out or that you guys really want to talk about?
Well, definitely, like I said, our high kappa. There is some other things that also came out about that. I was a little gone from talking. There's so much loud noise out there. You can hear
it's
it.
quieter
and
here, isn't it?
And then that's why my voice is a little bit off right now because you have to yell over people in order to talk. But yeah, high kappa would be one of our own as well. Then we have our AR series, which we now also have full build, full metal. We also have BB street. We have BBs now as well.
Oh, you guys are BBs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we do BBs as well. Our tracer units are very popular. Like how you said that yearbook, we call it our yearbook almost.
Yeah,
like a yearbook.
That's
like
funny.
very thick, like
C7 Viper goes up. You saw my yearbook? I was like, yes.
So I was like, wow, you really did get it. But other than that, you know, some of the new things that are coming up, like I said, you'll see that a lot more. Like how we said, our book is pretty big because we do have different also brands that we utilize. Moss being the manufacturer, we utilize also in the PCP. We do also have optics for Blue Seal as well.
Yeah, I started. So one of the things that I do is I'm fat and old, and I run with young kids all the time to play this game. So I usually go for lightweight. Is my thing. So I want to go lightweight, high speed, so I can go longer. So that's why I like mostly Parliament guns.
Okay.
So do you guys? There was a couple of ones we have that's like this is not bad. Balance is key.
Yeah.
So it was really cool because I got a chance to use a couple. Go out like right now. We just have the we for Airsoft Palooza. We got ourselves a cry check that we're going to run and play a few games on, and we're going to wrap the gun off at the end of the day. But MOS, you guys. I mean, you have Arcturus. What's the other main line that you have?
So we have our PCP, which is a McCavity.
Okay.
That's what it's called. So we cater to our PCP rifles. And then we have Novus Precision.
Novus
Precision, which is almost like accessories and optics that we also run in. Like how I said, they are spec for real firearms.
Yeah. So what's the future then? What's the next step for MOS?
Next step, just kind of build up on our catalog. Like how you said, our gear book is quite big. Just kind of build up with quality. So we are all about quality and making sure that what you get in your hands is exactly working condition. You know, we don't want to. We want no duds. You know, we want to make sure that everything is in working condition. So our catalog might be small when we say in airsoft and we're starting off, but from what we have learned from people and what people talk about, what people want to see, we're hearing. So whatever you tell us, we're taking it in. So you might not see it, but we're taking it in. So if you say something's not right, something you don't like, just let us know.
It's not SHOT Show, guys. We're at Airsoft Palooza at the Evike High Grounds, Evike Outpost High Grounds, Houston High Grounds. Man, it's like too many words. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, this place, it was called Walmart.
Yeah, it does. When I came in here, I'm like, this looks like an old Walmart or a Best Buy. I'm like, okay.
Dude, when we showed up, so we were the first time we were at Airsoft Palooza was at the mall that they had over here. It was a 2-story mall. I was like, that's an old Ames because you could see the words on there. It was like, interesting. Next year we come, we're like, what the hell is this? And I walk in, I was like, then everybody's like questioning. I was like, this is a Walmart. And they go, no, we go to the bathroom. It says Walmart Inc. No merchandise in there at Walmart. I was like, told you it was a Walmart.
It still has that old, like, cannot take merchandise inside the restaurant.
Yeah, and the field is fantastic. It's a really fun field. It's kind of large. Our friends at Skirmish actually have the Skirmish system set up there so you guys can watch the games live. It's a hell of a lot of fun. Don't you disconnect my fan.
Yeah, it's hot, man. It's hot. You can hear the noise. So I'm not sure if it picks it up. But out of nowhere, every minute or so, you just hear a pop.
It's loud, and it's a lot of fun. So we're great that you guys are able to come here because you guys are like me. You guys get around.
Oh yes.
Because Johnny, when he was there, I saw him there. I saw him at a couple of different events.
Yeah.
Because we do between Wiener and I, we both. I think we did like 26 events last year. Mm-hmm. So we travel up and down the Eastern Seaboard. I mean, this is the farthest west we go right now, but we plan to be at SHOT Show next year. That's our goal. But the other thing we also do.
There you go.
Hi, puppy. That's what whenever I hear those. Hi, puppy. Well, I'm from Miami. I live in Miami, man.
So you gotta get that.
And it was
in you, man.
That was a joke that happened. Like we had a grenade. This was there's a company called IWA, and they make those are loud. And I chucked one, and it was a 4-banger, and it went boom, 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 and all of a sudden he was, "Hi, puppy!"
It's just a natural reaction. That sounds like a natural reaction. I feel like someone went like.
So one of the cool things we do is I love Airsoft Palooza because we get to network. We get to see people that we don't see. So we came up with something 3 years ago called QQ at Sea, where we actually have a cruise for airsofters.
Okay.
So we do just this, so we can sit back, relax. I mean, we can't live stream because the internet's not that great. But it goes out of Fort Lauderdale. It's a 4-day, 5-night cruise, and we get a chance to sit back. So the day before we play airsoft at either Miami or Palm Beach Airsoft, go on a cruise, hang out, have a good time. So I love Palooza because of this. We get a chance to go through. Like I'm only going to play probably a game or two just to get my own trigger time in, but it's a lot of fun. So other than that, I mean, anything new? Anything else you want to share? I mean,
just definitely you'll see us a lot. We are like how you mentioned that you've seen us around in different events, which is something that we love to do. We love to make it interactive. We want to be in the boots on the ground, make sure that we talk to people, make sure that they live our products, and just in general, just to have fun. At the very end, we're all in it for like airsoft. It's all fun. So you'll see us a lot more in the more events. Usually we do have something set up like a shooting competition where we do, maybe want to go ahead and bring that up. So if you do see our booth and we are able to, you will see shooting competitions where we are utilizing our new high kappa where we do a time attack. You will get
I got to check that. Is the high kappa here?
Yes, it is.
I got to check it out. I haven't had a chance to see all the vendors and sit down and talk because I won't do it. We hit the ground, and the funny thing is we got in earlier yesterday, but the other two that are with us, their flight got canceled. So there was a scramble to help them try to find flights, and we go back and forth. We got here, and it's like, hey, half the people aren't here yet. Half the people don't know what we do because, but it's really great that you guys give back to the community. Any company that really goes through gives back to the community, goes out there. we appreciate that. So,
Yeah, definitely. You
anything
see
else?
us- Other than that, you know, you see us around. When you see us, say hi. Like I said, you probably will have to do like competitions where we give stuff away. You know, we're all about giving. That's what Chupa King is about. We have raffles on Instagram as well. You can find us on Instagram.
Ooh.
So you'll see
Where,
some of those
where
videos.
can they find you at?
That's MOS Manufacturer. So you
Okay.
gotta go ahead and it's all the handle's all one word, Moss Manufacturer.
And we're Players Wanted.
Yeah, there you go. So,
Yeah.
so if you see our videos, we're giving stuff out, all right?
Excellent. That's really awesome. Man. I'm going to come by and check out the high cap in a minute.
Definitely.
So, are you going to the thing after tonight?
Yeah, of course.
Hell,
Yeah,
have you
have
been?
some fun.
Have you been to that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man!
Come on, man. After a work
Dude.
day, you want to relax.
Look, they had a lazy river last time.
Yeah.
The time before that pool was awesome. Were you there for the jousting that we did?
The jousting, not there, but I did see
Not last one, the one before. 2 years
No,
ago.
no.
Oh my God! They had a bunch of huge inflated like things, and we were jousting.
Just jousting.
Get him on. You want to get
Uh,
You want me to get him on?
No, I
Alex.
get Alex.
Yeah, he already has.
We'll do Alex.
I guess
I'll do Alex.
We'll do Alex.
I'll do Alex.
All right.
Alejandro.
No, that they were literally were jousting with like first off getting on these big balloon animals like the inflatables was a lesson in itself, and then we're jousting and knocking each other with pool noodles. It was hilarious.
That's how it is. That's how the community is. We're just all jokesters, man. We're all just messing around.
We can do another one right now. Do you want it after? I'll do Alex now. If you want to go grab somebody else,
Okay, I'll tell Alex in the next 5-10 minutes.
we're wrapped up now. Yeah. Well, I'll see you tonight in the after party, brother. So, and I'll come check out the high cap. All right. So MOS Manufacturer, check them out on Instagram. I mean, hey man, how do I get extra?
Yeah, I don't know. You gotta,
I need to
I'm
add
trying
another
to
one on
find
the
out.
wall. All right, man.
All right.
We get the mic. Oh. All right, excellent. Thank you very much. All right, guys, we're going to continue everything moving along and rolling. We're going to bring Alex in from Mere Tactical. He's sneaking himself in. Hey,
Yeah.
by the next person you want to interview, and no, you cannot go back to Stephanie again. Alex, over
I
here.
like Stephanie. Sarah, if you want to
Shit, no, I get Stephanie next. Alex.
Who's Stephanie? She's with, man, I'm a good interviewer.
I know, right? I forgot the name of the place,
She was
too.
fantastic.
She has a field here. Something.
Nailed it. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I got all her information. Yeah.
Captech.
We're bad at this. But
Yeah.
yeah, she's in there, sir.
Yeah, Kevin.
No.
Yeah, it's
What do I do with my hands?
Don't hit the table. Look,
the table, really?
it causes a.
Slaying the table.
Who's ketchup?
I know that was nasty. Which one of you guys did that?
I don't know.
So I put that on your shirt.
Do you have coffee?
Hey, we can actually hear each other now. We couldn't hear each other out there.
There's a glass window.
There's a giant glass window. What I like to do is just this and see which one random person comes up and then depletes the heart. That guy does.
No one wants to see. I think you're screwed. This guy was that guy really has something to do with it.
Captech does. She has a field, right?
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
There we go. We got somebody to complete the heart. Awesome. All right, everybody. We're continuing our vendor. Look, man, I'm right-handed. All right, so continuing our coverage here at Airsoft Palooza 2025 at Evike High Grounds. Right, I fucked it up. Evike Outpost, Houston High Grounds in Houston, Texas. With me is Alex from Mere Tactical. How you doing today, Alex?
Doing good. It's hot.
Well, you're about to get
If you have
used to
long hair, it's not good.
and that's why, you know what, I used to have hair as long as yours in my days of doing Renaissance fairs and everything else, and I chopped it all off.
See, I'm going discount James Hetfield.
One thing to do because of the noise is make sure you speak up and project.
Discount James Hetfield.
That blew up the thing, so.
Sorry. I'll project.
So, you're going to get used to the heat, brother. You're doing a mall game in Louisiana.
Yes.
So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yes. So our goal is to get airsofters sweating to the oldies and not
Wait, are you going to be playing the music in the
Oh,
mall?
they won't know what that is, though. They
Oh,
won't
come on,
know
bro.
who Richard
Look,
Simmons is.
hold on. I know it was.
I know.
I know. I'm dating myself again. Shit.
Yeah.
No, the funny thing is, like, you have to have that mall music just playing.
Yeah. Well, the good news is the staging area's got a lot of electricity still, So we're going to have a little bit of AC, and we've got a target attached to it. So if you need drinks without your airsoft guns, that could cause maybe an incident. But no, we're gonna have a bunch of coolers out there because just like it is here in Houston, Louisiana gets hot in the summer. But I'm maybe praying for a cold snap, randomly in the middle of. It did snow in New Orleans this year about 10 inches. So
we're on a live stream, sir, on multiple platforms.
Yes.
You cannot be high on the live stream.
I
don't know what you're talking about. We're gonna have a cold snap in Louisiana in July.
There was more snow that fell in Louisiana this year than in Chicago, Illinois. So weirder things have happened.
Look, it's Louisiana in the summer, and it's in
It's gonna be hot.
It's in New Orleans, right?
Yes. Well, a little outside. Yeah. Yeah.
General area.
What if we did like the blood rave from Blade?
Somebody's shooting hot. How can you tell?
Yes. That's how it cools people down. Turn the fire suppressor.
You don't want to look. I've been there when that has happened in a mall game.
Oh, I know.
Twice.
And twice. Same event.
Same event. Yeah. Happened twice. First one, we know who did the first one. We don't know who did the second one. But that water is not yummy.
No, it's nasty water. It's been sitting there for a while.
First one came out black. It was like, ugh.
It's like still water.
Yeah.
That's
so
what brain-eating amoebas come.
So after that, I mean, you have what, like 12 events?
Yeah, we have 11 to 12. Yeah, we have quite a bit.
Nuts.
And we rotate all around. And luckily, we have little local ecosystems because that's the only way that we can survive without having full-time employees at every single event.
Oh, well, I mean, the larger issue that, like, you're doing the mall game, and then you have another game that's going to be in Florida in August, right?
Well, that's not mine. That's
okay.
Laz's.
All right.
That's Laz alone. Lazaro alone.
Yeah.
Whatever his alias is in life, I don't know. He's going to hold Laz. Yes, he's going to be holding a game out in Immokalee. It's a one-day game in August, so I'll be out there just to make sure.
But you're going to be there.
Yeah, I have to be there.
And there's no AC there.
No AC there.
Right in the middle of summer in the hotter sections. And
with the wild boars and the pigs.
We're having an interview here, sir. You're being a distraction.
Well, you're just showing off his antenna. You're just showing off his antenna.
Oh, no. I'm going to go behind you guys and be like...
That's fine. Just don't show your gun, please.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Don't show the airsoft gun.
This is the first time I've ever had this happen on YouTube where
watch it.
Yeah. First 8 minutes in, man, I'm showing that. I was like, yeah, we have this for the raffle. And I put it down. And next thing you know, a minute after that, blink. Nope.
No go.
Yeah. So, so what do you have going on after that? Like, you have a lot of stops. Yeah. What about the cooler months where people?
So I have one in the asylum that we have in Wisconsin.
Okay.
So that's in November. December, we're down in Florida. We're going to have the helicopter again. And then we have August in Wisconsin. It's not as hot, but, that one's in a place called Action Sports in Mousin, which is next to Wisconsin Dells.
Okay.
So that's a cool one.
So, yeah, because, I mean, it's not hot for me, right? I just had my event last weekend at Mid-Orange Correctional, and I was like, we up there, I was like, it's 65 degrees, but it was also raining, so it felt colder. Yeah. So I was like, this is running weather. Too bad I'm an admin. But we went to we're going to Babylon at the end of the month, and that's usually around 75, 80 degrees.
Yeah, it's skirmish, right? Or not skirmish.
That's Babylon.
Yeah, it's what is the paintball?
EMR.
EMR, that's right.
Yeah.
EMR.
We use skirmish because it's a real easy way to go through, and it's a great way for player tracking and everything else.
That's the tracking system.
That tracking system, players love it. Unfortunately, we couldn't run it our last game because of all the rain. I didn't want to run the risk of the main control box, because it had to be outside of the building because it was at a prison. So reinforced concrete walls and steel does not do well with getting stuff out and projecting far enough. So we're just like, we'll pull it back. But the skirmish system works fantastic. And he's around here scratching out here somewhere. Yeah.
He's skinny. You can't see him.
All right. He showed up and was like, what are you doing here? He's like, I'm always here. But what system do you use for reporting tracking?
We use Aries Alpha.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have some GPS cards that we've been using. But he reached out to me. I'm going to go see what's going on there. He didn't have a sample, so I couldn't look at it today. We'll take a look.
Oh, Aries? Okay.
Oh, no, the skirmish.
Yeah. Brandon.
Yeah.
What I like about skirmish is that you don't have to bring any other hardware out onto the field. You don't have to bring your phone. So
You just got your RFID.
the wristbands are great. You just go through scan, and then what you can do is what I always do is I usually have something like this set up with a larger TV because you just need WebEx. If you have if you have a mobile hotspot, that's all you need, and then you can have your CP set up. You have the bands work. You have the system working, so then people go through scan and they set themselves as your field. So then all of a sudden they're getting ranked and they can see stuff. And then what we could see watching that is, hey, can we reward somebody for having the top amount of points? Yeah. We could also do things where, the only downside that I'm not trashing Aries Alpha guys, sorry, but
they're in Romania. They're sleeping now.
Oh, good.
It's like 9 o'clock there. So
I'm going to Denmark next week, so maybe they might be like, we heard you talking about us. But it drains the phone stats.
Yeah.
It
pings it
all the time.
Well, the game admin can change that, but a lot of times they don't. And it pings it like constantly, especially in like real bad cell signals.
Yeah, because I had there was one time I put my phone in wrong correctly, and my screen was out. I got shot in the leg. It sucked. So after that, what's essentially on the horizon?
We're always trying to find new AOs because like things come and things go.
That's always the challenge.
Yeah.
So
I learned a lot. There was a John Liu I learned a lot from. When I observed him back in the early 2010s, he was very influential. I learned a lot from him, just observing him.
Yeah.
So
he's somebody to aspire to. I mean, that dude can get some of the best and strangest AOs out there for sure. And
he almost licked my face once, though. That was kind of weird. There's a picture of that. I don't know why he was trying to lick my face. It was 2015 in Muscatatuck Urban Training. For some reason, he decided to stick his tongue out and take a selfie. Still don't understand that. But
so, Muscatatuck, were you going to have an event there?
Yeah. Well, Muscatatuck, they wanted a lot of. They initially told me real ID because that's all like military bases.
Yeah.
And then now the provost of the Indiana National Guard wanted to do a background check on every single participant.
Wow.
Which was first name, middle name, last name, social security number, country of birth, gender, ethnicity, and driver's license number.
Why would you? No offense, but
in an Excel spreadsheet.
Why would no offense to you?
Yeah.
And you're not saying you're doing anything bad with it, but that is massive security. I mean, look, I get it, Muscatatuck because it's a training center and everything else. So that's what they're going to require. They should not require us to, as event host, to provide it to them because why should I have all your data?
Well, the craziest thing is they didn't have like data security at all. Like, how are you going to keep it? How are you going to use it? Who has access to it? It was to send this Excel spreadsheet to an email address that only one person has access to. So there were some other things that came up too, but that was kind of dropped on us last minute, and I just wasn't comfortable giving the information to them, at least of how they were going to handle it afterwards and delete it. So it wasn't even a form. If it was like a secure form and some more stuff, I would have gave the players a little bit more of a say to it, but it was just too much.
You know what it sounds like? What it honestly sounds like to me, observing that, is they just don't want airsofters there again.
Well, it's for everybody though. So now they made it a rule, even for like gun clubs and stuff like that. Everyone has to have it now, which is crazy. But
and then that might just be their way of
opening up. Well, initially it started out, they wanted to make sure no one had a felony on their property. So like no one had an Indiana felony, and then like all of a sudden it became this: we need to do a full everything but a body cavity search.
Did he find somebody, or is he out there to play? Okay.
Deny.
What food they have? What food they have? The basic food.
Yeah, burgers.
There's a food truck out there.
Yeah, food truck out back. Burgers. No, I'm not going back out there. You go stand out there.
Now, I was just thinking about going to get pizza.
Working on it.
Did you find somebody?
Not yet. I'm just networking right now.
All right, you're networking. All right. Well, Alex, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. And we'll see you next time on Premiere.
Sure.
Are you going to the after thing?
No, I got to fly back. We got things. We got business.
Look. I don't care anymore. It's like I told them, like last time, the first time we came to this and we got invited to the after party, we were driving back the next day, and I was like, this sucks. Never again. So ever since then, I was like, I'll get a late flight Sunday, and I'll just fly here because usually like 2 times we drove.
Yeah.
And I was like, never again. I'm not driving because first off, it's 22. It's 20 some odd hours for me.
Oh yeah, it sucks because you guys are on the bottom.
Yeah, we're right by the tip.
Just on the tip.
Well, not
Almost
just on the tip. Almost. I'm a little bit further off. So, all right, brother.
All right.
Good seeing you. We'll be.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go find somebody else. Yeah, don't steal my microphone, Alex. You'll be out there. He walks outside and goes, "That fucking asshole."
It matches my hair. I could actually hide it. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Al.
You want to jump back up here?
Yeah, come on.
Woo. We're just
Man,
cruising.
No, man, it's baking back here.
That's.
I was standing over there and sweating up a storm, as you can see my face.
Oh man.
Well, that's your tank better, or is that the same before?
That's the one quarter of the gun.
Okay, cool.
You're gonna go play around it. So we're just gonna start talking about what we're gonna be doing for the rest of the day here because we're already
More
at
interviews.
it's already at we're already at 12:12. So
Oh, wow.
we got 4 hours left. So I swear to God, we better get out there to play some games.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, I know. That's what Christian's looking for somebody right now. So.
oh, he's actually doing that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and I'm looking to pay bills. I can say I got to wish something weird came in for my flight tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
And I'm on Spirit, so we'll see.
Let me check mine too.
Yeah, because I went to go check my ticket, and it says I can't check in. I have to meet an agent. What? Well, I knew that because I have to do my luggage. No, they have me went out to Orlando. I just went over and figured it out.
And mine says don't miss out on a comfier seat.
Yep.
Look, I get spoiled flying on JetBlue.
Yep.
With those nice comfy seats. I went to go
With the
inside of the
movies
Spirit
behind,
seat.
yeah.
I got stuck.
In the middle. Who's that?
No, somebody just went over there like, ah. But that's why we have it set up this way. We want people to.
Oh, yeah.
come
I
in
want
here
people
and
to
do
come up,
just
make
that.
faces and stuff behind us.
What I'm gonna have to do, I know this right now, is when we get back to the hotel tonight, I have
Take
to
a shower,
download.
'cause you smell.
What's up, Jeremiah? How you doing, brother? It's been a while.
Oh, gosh. So, you get your mouse over. Let's see here. Yordi. Who's this a key? Let's see. Why is it
This
not-
is all
oh,
during my sign, so
That's
I
right.
already
Goes
adjusted
down.
them all.
That's right. It goes to the bottom. That's right.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
What's up? What's up? You're the one that was standing outside in the heat.
I was standing right there. While you're busy talking, I was sweating.
Well, there's fans right there.
I know. I finally walked over and took my shirt up and go, woo! That's there.
I think it's your body that went like.
Woo!
So, oh man. So no, Airsoft Palooza is going great, guys. I mean, there's a lot of cool people out there. We're having a blast so far. So far, we
Yep.
did Galactic Civil
A lot
War.
of people.
We did. What's Stephanie's company? Caltech.
Stephanie Cavalier. Cavalier?
Cal. Wait, hold on. I got this.
Cavtech is the name of the company.
Caltech. There you go. I was like, I got
I
to.
think her last name's Cavalier.
Caltech.
But they have a field, right?
Yeah, I have a field.
Where at?
I don't know. So,
Ah.
well, it's up near Fort Worth. So,
Okay.
I'm going to bring her back on because I want to have
Yes,
answers
she's
to the
fun.
questions because we probably have to come back up here. And it's been a little time when it's not a bajillion degrees outside,
No kidding.
but it's a dry heat.
Yeah. It changes. It's going on. So why is it not? Reservations been updated. Keep up the good work. I want to let you see my boarding pass.
I don't know. This is when his ADD kicks in.
That's right. My AD is kicking in. Squirrel.
Squirrel. All right. So.
My minigun red and bloody. There he is.
All right. I'm gonna have you man this for a second.
Oh crap!
Go grab
That means I got to talk.
Yeah, you actually have to talk and pay attention to the people.
Okay.
I know. It's so weird. But let me go grab somebody because I don't know where.
Just make sure it's legal. You grab somebody.
Consensual is the word you're looking
Oh, consensual? Well, that involves sex. Or midget porn. Oops, did I say that out loud? Mark hates when I do that because then I get the look of death. But anyways, we're here at Airsoft Palooza, Highgrounds. And Mark has left, our Joker has left to go find somebody else to interview, bring him on. But, wow, when he does this, I have nothing to talk about. I forgot my notepad with all my little notes and my little cheat sheet and stuff like that. But anyways, we're having a good time here, meeting people, giving out patches. We're getting patches. We're getting all kinds of swag. We got the airsoft bags earlier. Of course, we didn't get any golden tickets. And golden tickets are really important because you could win a possible any type of pew-pew. or gear or anything along those lines. They had a contest last night here where they had an old Willis Jeep sitting up front. I call it a Willie Jeep, but it's a Willis. But up front there, and they had to keep their hand on the Jeep. The last one standing won himself a brand new, the new FTW shotgun, which I thought was pretty cool. I didn't stick around for that. I was actually probably passed out because we had a long day yesterday. And then I had to go pick up my other two cohorts at the airport. And we didn't get back in until 2 o'clock because their flight on, I can say it, Frontier canceled. We got CapTech coming back. Here we go. Time for some more excitement.
Kicking you out now.
Yeah, I'm getting booted again.
She's prettier than
That's
you.
okay. Just remember what I said. It's Mark's birthday. Tell him happy birthday. Right. Wiener got booted. There you go.
Which side was it? This one?
But yeah.
Just double check.
Hey, you should have see that put one for you.
One with hearts.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Let's hope you
That's
do.
a lie.
Let's hope you for it. Great concerns if you don't. Please talk to your doctor.
No, he does it too often. That's part of the problem. I always have to share
This seat
rooms
is
with him.
He ain't no
aggressively
jam either.
Oh, you're absolutely right. You know, we're going to Buc-ee's tonight, and I'm going to get a whole bunch of beef jerky just to mess you up.
Oh, I got try the Texas cheesesteak. That'll
have-
drive you home. That's how much gas you'll get.
Huh? Fully charged.
That's from Buc-ee's. Texas cheesesteak at Buc-ee's.
We don't have that down south, do we?
What?
The Texas cheesesteak? At
Texas cheesesteak?
At
At
Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's.
No, we don't have that. Nope.
We have Florida
Telling
Buc-ee's.
you want to rock it.
Yeah.
You want to reach the sky. Have one of those.
Light a
Load it up.
match.
Yeah. On the drive home, just stick one of you at the back end.
Oh, no, we're not
Rock it
driving.
home.
We are flying.
All right, stick him at the back end. You are rocketing him.
All of a sudden, we're sitting there, all of a sudden, the plane, whoosh! We got a sudden boost, guys.
That's right. Now, be fair warned, if the marshal is in there, he's going to assume that there's been
We have
some
a
sort of
biological
warfare.
agent going on. All right, I wanted to bring you back on because, when we go through, we're like, hey, can we interview you? Personalities, right? So I didn't know that you had a field. So now you got to tell me almost everything you did before because Christian hogged all the time. So your field's up near Fort Worth? All right, awesome. So how big is it indoor, outdoor?
Indoor, it's 34,000 square feet.
Is it warmer? Is it?
It is fully climate controlled to the extent that the interior walls dividing the field from the rest of the building are insulated with R19, which if you know what that means, it's a heavy, big insulation.
That's usually for
Roofing,
attics. We have that throughout our house.
I did, I did contracting, I did construction and roofing.
Nice.
So I was able to source all of those materials for such amazing prices that genuinely would really cut down our bill. It was a shell.
Nice. So
I know Winn-Dixie.
I know Winn-Dixie.
Yay, Winn-Dixie!
I worked for
I used to have a Winn-Dixie.
I did too. You worked for Winn-Dixie too?
Yeah.
I worked for Winn-Dixie.
Yeah, I worked for Winn-Dixie for a while.
Except for instead of Winn-Dixie, they called it Winn-Wiener. Oh.
And you would say Winn-Dickney, wouldn't you?
Hey! If you win, you get to. All right. Listen. Very few winners out there.
They're all losers. Nobody. Like, Anyways.
Except for this real nice mirror in college. No.
So, that's awesome because I love indoor. So that's like
It's a great time.
So I play at Miami Airsoft or Palm Beach Airsoft, and we don't have the luxury of climate control.
I saw that, and I was like, it's such a cool field. Why don't you guys? But you have to understand, I furred out with a builder. Furring out means that you're going to put up actual studs, you're going to insulate, and you're going to put your sheetrock over a fully stone wall. That adds that additional insulation.
You know, our bar, you guys know, is already like down here. She enters the chat, and it's like we're living in the gutter. So
Here's the point. I think you're intelligent enough to comprehend what I explain.
Innuendo, what a show! Innuendo. So that's awesome. Is there a theme to your field? Is there
Vaguely 50s new town type style.
Okay.
Vaguely.
So one of the things that we're probably going to do is, I don't know if Wiener heard about what you said for the Black Friday crush. Did you hear that?
No.
So this is why I wanted to bring her back on because, you know, Wiener and I, we travel a lot for Airsoft. And usually if he's going someplace, I'm going, and vice versa. So we have to like start filling out our schedule because we go home tomorrow. Hell, we don't.
You're gonna wake
Yeah,
up
no, your mom yells at you
Yes,
more
she
than,
does.
than anybody in my family yells
Hey,
at me.
your mom's been yelling at me too. Just
did
my
you?
name. Oh!
So, so when it comes down to the stuff that's there, it's like that's not like it. So they have for Black Friday. You know how they used to have the crush of things. Where
Right.
walls were actually a thing.
Yeah.
I got a funny story about that.
Okay, here we go.
You shut the hell up. Why don't you go like pew pew people with that thing?
Fix it. It's all set.
All right.
Ooh, it's a nice
Cool.
little shorty.
I don't know if it's. I can't cold choose here.
I had a 300 blackout that size.
Oh, yeah?
With a blade stabilizer.
I love how everything's in air quotes.
It's because it's all lies. I would never do that.
So
Actually, they're back for
she has an event where they put stuff out on the field, like that was I was listening to that. So explain it. You explain it because I'm only.
So surprisingly, we actually had to go back out and like unhide things because they were so well hidden. So we put certain prices, like physical prices, out in there, and then we also do like little containers that will have discounts or go to the front and get this free thing. We do 6-month memberships. There's like a lot that we throw in there to make it of value. We do a very similar thing for Easter. We just hide Easter eggs everywhere with prizes inside.
And that has like dual meaning, right? Not even in a bad way. It's just like Easter eggs. Okay, yeah, Easter eggs that you know from Easter.
Oh my God! Yes,
and then,
yes.
And then you have Easter eggs of like hidden little. Oh,
I
see
hid an
that.
Easter egg on the website because Easter egg comes from video game. Oh, I'm super jacked. I'm super jacked.
We're gonna be talking video games later on. I love her. She's awesome.
Yes.
So
if you go through the website, you might find it. Enjoy.
you're a child of the '80s and early '90s, like I am. So another video game nerd I see, right? All right. Weird segue, but what was your first video game console you ever played on?
Sega Genesis. I couldn't even picture this, but I did.
No, for me, first one I did, ColecoVision.
Okay, technically, I did cartridges in the computer.
Oh, you did Commodore 64.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I had a lot of video games on the computer, and then actual floppy disks.
Floppy.
Oh my god! And then when I finally got like the smaller scan discs, what are we, ballers? Oh, girl, you think I haven't drank some cassettes?
You're gonna need to get a barrel sock. Just go up to the front rental place and say, "Hey, we just need a barrel sock." Yeah,
That's what his mom said I needed.
So,
I'm so sorry.
going back, you are fine. So going back to like the Black Friday thing, I used to work at KB Toys.
Yeah.
So the year that I was there, like the last year I was there, it was on a Black Friday. They had us working. It was the year when they re-released all the Star Wars, all the Star Wars figs, toys. Of course, every year they have the giant Barbie, the 4-foot tall
I
Barbie,
remember.
and they had all the collectible stuff and all that. And it was when the PS1s, I think it was PS1 or PS2, I forget which one it was. One of the PS1s was being released.
Yeah.
So I was there. So Thanksgiving was still sacred, at least to a lot of retailers. You weren't working Thanksgiving, but the DM, the one of the regional managers, the DM, the store manager, the assistant store manager, prepped the store on Thanksgiving. And then, of course, the only thing that's open is a Chinese restaurant. Now, if they would have told us we were going to the Chinese restaurant across the street, we would have warned them because I lived real close to it. You don't want to do that. So what ultimately ended up happening was I showed up at 6 a.m. to get the store up and get to prep for the shift, and I was a first key, so I was able to go through. So I had very limited power, but I could open up the one back door. So I go up there. The cash trays were already prepped and all that stuff, and I go inside. I was like, "Where the hell is the assistant manager?" Luckily I knew what the code was. I shouldn't have had it, but I knew what the code was to turn off the alarm. So, and the tills were already set up with like basic change, whatever. So it's like I could open the store,
out, ready to go.
but we don't know assistant manager. So it was supposed to open at 8:00. Now, because of all this is in the Galleria Mall in Fort Lauderdale, like really close to the beach. There was people outside already, because we were the only toy store in that mall, and they were already rattling the cages so much so that the police that were like scheduled there, they assigned 2 officers outside. The assistant manager shows up like about she showed up an hour late. So she comes in and she looks like death warmed over. She's sweating profusely. She's got a fever, and then she pukes like, inside of the thing. And I was like, in the bathroom, I was like, that's not good. Don't worry, I got this, boss. Right? Yeah. So then we start 10 minutes before opening. She walks out and she passes out. Like just falls over, takes out a display. And like at the time, I'm like 19, 20 years old, but at least I have enough sense of what to do because I grew up in an ER with my mom. And I was like, I got to go, and I called it. The cop came in, like they go to open up the thing, and people literally tried lifting it up. So we slammed it down. They came the back way. They came inside. The paramedics come. So as we're supposed to open, here comes paramedics. 2 of us, like at this time, there's only 3 employees in there. And then the rest of the staff is supposed to come in at like, it was like 7:45. The 3 of them come in, see the manager on the ground, and they go, nope, and they walk away.
Oh my gosh.
So we're supposed to have a crew. Now, mind you, the KB toy store is probably from here all the way back there, maybe just as wide as what we were seeing back here, right? It's maybe not all the way to where it says high ground, but a little. That's the bay.
A moderately sized.
It was a moderately sized one. 4 main rows of racks that go all the way back, and all that, which is later on. So I'm now calling the nearest store. I was like, "Where's?" Because our DM was supposed to be there. No DM. All right, no store manager. No DM. No other management. I'm calling every number in the thing. I was like, "I need somebody. And I called up and I go, "Hey, I need the DM." They go, "Cool story, bro. So do we." We can't reach the DM either. I was like, all right, we need the regional manager. Cool story, bro. We can't reach the regional manager either. I was like, I have no store manager. My assistant manager just got wheeled out. He goes, cool story, bro. But all of our people are committed. I was like, he goes, what are you? I was like, I'm a fucking turnkey. The other the other assistant manager is supposed to be on later in the day. This is before cell phones. Dating myself. We couldn't, she turned her ringer off on her home phone.
How many times?
So it's like, or had her phone off. I could not reach her. So then, stupidly, the other girl that was like trying to get like a power play to become management inside opens the gate. People flood in. Now, the 2 officers were really cool. They were there and they were trying to hold people in, but we got swarmed in here. They come in, start taking stuff out with them. Now, this is 1990s. We don't have a lot of credit card sales. It's cash. For you that don't know, most safes have a cash drop. So I set everybody up. We had the 2 people that were going to be back in stock that was working back there. They showed up and stuck around. But there was 4 of us in the front, which if you ever know like a toy store during that doesn't happen. So I'm running things like a well-oiled machine. We're getting lines going up. I have no idea how much shit walked out the door. But the police called extra backup because of how much pressing there was because of the Star Wars toys and all this, and plus the PS4. But the PS, I think it was the PS2. I bought my PS2 because the officer came inside and was like, I want you to witness this. And I'm doing it to the camera. I'm buying it, and I put it back in my locker, locked down with my receipt because that's the only thing. That was my guarantee for working. This goes on. Within the first hour, each till automatically locked because we had too much cash. We had like one till had 90 grand in cash. The other one had 75,000 in cash. So I was like, okay, we do drops. So this one officer was standing behind the counter with us. 2 others were there. He goes, and he's calling his dispatch saying, we need to help. Remember, I'm only like 19, 20 years old. We need to get people going. So they go through and they're trying to help us out every which way possible. So I'm taking the money back. Well, in the safes, there's a certain point where you can't put any more envelopes in. So I go in there and it won't stuff, and I was like, well, that's a problem. So I give the back room credit people. They're bringing out stuff as fast as they possibly can to restock. Well, then at one point, we have so many people coming in. Oh, yeah. We had a code Adam happen. We had to shut the gates. The mall had a code Adam. And we were over capacity. So the officers like, we're pulling it down. So we pull it down. That gets resolved. We come back. The gates pick up. And we had a flood out and a whole flood back in. So people are going through it. Then they realized, why are we waiting for them to bring stuff out? We can just go into the back.
Oh, my God. Oh, that
So-
would infuriate me.
And then the two guys doing stock were like, fuck it. You know, we'll watch them do it. They're taking stuff. We don't know how much stuff went out the back door. Because, you know, they have the back alleyways
Yep.
that go
And
through.
it has to be unlocked.
It-
Legally, it has to
illegally.
be
So
open.
I don't think anything
From the
really.
inside.
Some stuff probably did walk out, but they started coming in, flooding up. Next thing you know, I was loving when they were just bringing stuff out the stock. So the noon shift shows up. They see all this, and two of them go, "Have fun," and left because they were like, "No way in hell." So by 2:00, I finally get another regional manager calling me. And the reason why we're getting calls now is because the computers back then are sending alerts to our headquarters that we have too much cash. And and the trigger was
does
the
freak
time
me out
safe.
having too much cash.
The time safe thing, it was latched, but there was a blockage. So there was two. So because what they normally have to do is they have to open up the safe, clear it out, put it away. They couldn't do that. So finally, I get a call from a regional manager. I was like, "Can I help you?" And she goes, "Yeah, what's going on there?" I was like, "Oh, great! I have no assistant manager. I have no management here. I'm a first key. I'm supposed to go home in 2 hours. I don't think that's happening. Half the staff quit. We have people. It's pandemonium going on." She goes, "You have over this much." I had to shut down registers because there was 4. I had to shut down registers. They go, "You have too much cash on the floor." I was like, "I can't stack cash anywhere else." And she's like, "What the?" So at 1:00, the other assistant manager shows up and also probably has to be taken out by paramedics because she's in worse shape. They all got food poisoning.
Yeah.
So
Sounds like they had seafood too.
no, it was just that particular.
That
It always. Nobody ever ate there.
So beans can cause that level, and seafood can cause that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to school.
So the messed up thing was like 3:00 was like the time when all shit went. So everything is being cleared out of the store fast. Like stuff that wasn't even supposed to be released for Black Friday that was supposed to be released the next day. They're cutting open the pallets and just taking it off, right?
Oh my god.
And then we ran out at around 3:30. We ran out of Star Wars toys, and that you can grab easily. But somebody looks up and sees on the rack, there's a Millennium Falcon, an X-Wing, and a TIE Fighter all right there. The dude scales the side of it. Boom, boom,
Yep.
boom.
Yep.
It took all 4 things out. Luckily, nobody got hurt. The police goes, "That's it. We're shutting this shit down."
Oh, who did that? Is that ketchup you did? No, it's not you.
Catch up.
Well, I noticed.
That
So
was just all the wrong.
these racks go down, and the cops shut the place down. Finally, everybody got out of the store. And then the cops saw me every drop. The sergeant watched me count out, put in the envelope, and where to store it. So that officer was helping me out bigly. He's on the phone now. So finally, another BM calls the store because all of a sudden all transactions stop. They can see that. What's going on? And he goes, and the cop's like, "You get somebody down here now. I'm arresting you fuckers. This kid is up to here." Everybody else left, and we locked the store down. We counted all the money. There was over $280,000 in cash inside of the store.
We would never see that now just because of the lack of cash.
Exactly. So it was like,
We're talking airsoft?
no, we're talking. You go find us somebody else to
Speaking of
interview.
which, instead of getting physically crushed and climbing shelves to get cool stuff, we will have it to where you can pick it up when you're running, and you'll be some distance. Yeah, we've even got water fountains, so that way you won't die of dehydration when you're crushed in the middle of people. There's a lot of exciting stuff. I highly recommend it.
All right. So yeah, the final backlash with all of it, like I quit that day. I just took my. I mean, at the end of it, I cashed it all out, signed everything, and we're doing it all in front of the camera so we can see. The officer, the sergeant, he gives me his business card. He goes, "You're going to have to call me." He goes, "I guarantee you're going to have to call me." He goes, "Somebody is going to go to jail, and somebody's going to try to put you in jail for this.
Yep.
Call me." And I was like, "All right, cool." So he goes, "I cannot believe you handled this so well." And I was like, "Bro, I just can't wait to go home and play my PS5, my PlayStation, man." And he's like, and it wasn't the PS5. It was like, I think it was the 2. I remember it being the 2. But
I do highly doubt at that point in time it was the 5.
it was not the 5. But the funny thing was, like, sure enough, 2 weeks later, because I quit. I mean, I had my there was a whole arguments with home office and everything else. Turns out, all of a sudden, he was showing up at my door, claiming I stole $30,000. And when I left that store, I had the officers pat me down and front of the cameras and everything else, showing you. And we opened up it was the PS2, the black one, because this isn't the black box. It's like we showed everything. We don't have it. No, it was 3. It was the PS. Well, whatever. It was one of the fucking PSs. We opened everything up, showed it, put it in, because he's like, you're gonna get in trouble.
For sure.
So I was like, oh, cool story, bro. Call this. I was like, call this guy right now. Call your sergeant. They called the sergeant. The sergeant goes, get the fuck away from that guy right now, because he was like, listen, he didn't do shit. Whoever called it in, arrest him. I mean, he was still hot from it. So, and then KB Toys shut down at the mall like 2 years later. But that's why I was like, I'll never.
That
work
is the
straight
wildest story, for sure.
I wish it was just one. That's like shit. Shit just happens to me. Like I was killed by 2 hookers driving through Uber once.
Okay, so both of them killed you, or one of them killed you and the other one backed it up? Just out of curiosity, separate hookers, one incident,
They were
2 hookers?
not hookers. I'm sorry, strippers. It was 2
Oh,
strippers.
okay. So
Yeah. But where I picked them up at,
the cusp of hooker.
where I picked them up at, they probably did both.
Yeah.
So I used to have a board game company. I was doing a live stream in Orlando, and I had a regular guy that would have me pick him up and take him to the airport. He had a strict rule though: no phone on, vibrating, no text, no calls, no nothing. Right? So it's like that sits there, and then you put it away. So I always turn my phone off when I pick him up.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's a far ride, but he only trusts certain people because I had a navigator. So I was like, all right, I get into town way early. I was like, oh, I'll just pick up a few people, make a few bucks, pay for my gas and all that stuff. And there's a place called Pompano. People know as Poopano Beach. And there was this hole-in-the-wall strip club that I picked these 2 up at. And I picked them up, and I start going, and I was like, they're going in my direction. Cool. I still got an hour to kill anyway, but all of a sudden say, I have to go to the bathroom. And that's Uber driver code for pull over right now.
Yeah.
Found a gas station. So I put my cell phone down, just like this. And that was before I started having the lock on it. I put my phone right on the center console like this, because who's going to steal it? Because I need to activate the app. They're not going to steal my phone.
Yeah.
I pump gas while I'm waiting for her to get out of the bathroom. She comes back out and just starts talking in Spanish. And I heard gringo several times. I know they're talking about me.
Yeah.
And they're giggling. I go pick up guy. I drop them off, pick up guy, take them to the airport. I go home. Now, mind you, I've been up all night. I'm home at like 6 in the morning. I go and I lay down. I go to sleep. My wife comes in. She goes, honey, you're dead. I go, huh? What the fuck? She goes, somebody stole your access to your account, your Facebook, and said that you died in a rollover car accident.
Oh my God.
So what they put on there, Mark, I can't believe I'm posting this, Mark died in a rollover car accident driving for Uber. Now the fucked up thing is that there was a rollover car accident in the Orlando area with a fatality, and it was a Lincoln Navigator, but mine was black, that one was white. So my wife comes and she goes, and I go like this, and she goes, I'm gonna go change their password. I was like, okay. So all of a sudden my eyes shut up. I looked up. I was like, she goes, wait, it was strippers. And she goes, what? So she goes, you need to come in the living room right now. So I was like, why? I go inside. There's 3 of my friends doing fucking a proof of life. I had to go online. I had to turn my phone back on. There was hundreds of texts, 20, 30 phone calls. I mean, everybody that had my number was doing it, and Facebook was just overloaded. So they made me go live and do it. God, somebody's using propane. Ugh.
Oh, I hate it when people use propane.
So it was just hilarious. Sorry, like weird segue.
No, that's wild.
I mean, Christian is supposed to be bringing us somebody else's sacrifice. But how are you liking Palooza so far?
It's great. It's awesome to see a lot of people and to see the differences and kind of glean what you can from that. I especially like meeting everybody in the industry because I feel
This is your first one?
No, this is our second.
You were here last year?
Yes, sir.
And you didn't come.
Yes, so you didn't get to be entertained by my 13-year-old boy's perspective.
We would have had so much fun.
I'm always a good time. I actually, in the
Don't worry,
military,
only last 30 seconds.
Military, I got more push-ups for having a good time than for any.
Worth it, Drill Sergeant.
I was like grinning, going through, getting my food, and this started
Worth
so
it, yes,
bad
sir.
that
Worth
I had
it,
a
yes,
good
sir.
time
We'll
and
do it
made me
again,
do
yes,
push-ups.
sir.
Oh yeah, I'm like, we're going on a hike with our backpacks, and then we're going camping and shooting. This is amazing. I grew up on a farm. This is so much easier.
Come on, Sergeant, keep up. Oh, that'll.
One of them thought it'd be funny because I'm so silly. They said, "Oh, it'd be hilarious if she has to run the group for this training exercise." And we were actually like test fit.
All right.
highest score in the company because you can be crazy and still have comprehension
Where's
abilities.
not that I don't love her being on stream right now. Where's Christian with the next interview?
I don't know. I didn't see him out there, but I went looking. I was trying to get a speed loader because I'm not freaking around with a stupid little.
You're not going to plunge?
No. Nope.
Yeah. Are
This
your
way.
forearms getting tired? Do you
That's
think?
what it is. Yeah, my thumb wears out.
Yeah, get older. You're
Yeah, try to
using
get
that
over it.
forearm
That's
top.
right.
There's a couple stories we have to tell you offline of what I did on my his event.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We actually
The
did
box.
The box. Oh, you asshole. Yeah.
So,
All right, that's happening.
so I think I can show you this and you won't be offended.
Yes,
Yes, we're waiting for you to bring something. You're supposed to bring the next interviewee, sir.
Oh, okay. What,
It's
block or
us.
something?
Huh?
It's us.
Oh, you guys want to take over?
Yeah.
What, you not
Are
bored?
you going to go play? No,
Is
I
she
mean,
boring? You don't like talking to her or something?
I love talking to her, but I was
Like,
hoping.
you're not
Talk all day.
Yeah.
We want to go play soon.
You have
Why don't
unfortunately
you go
said
play
that to the wrong
and
person.
do that.
We do that for the
I'll
first
have Weeder go out and find another person to interview.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I actually write a lot of jokes, but none of them can be said on a live
Oh,
stream.
yeah.
Someday.
I'll catch one that's like right on the borderline, and I'll read it. I'll read it live on the live stream.
Oh my god, I love it.
No, what's great was I got this for free to review.
No, you did not.
Oh, yes, I did.
How did the review go?
Well, I asked them, I was like, do I have to do it myself? Do I have to have experience in this, or could I just write whatever? They go, we'll give you a copy. I tossed their copy out, and I just made up stuff about him because
Oh, I love it.
Wiener, I've never seen Wiener with actually, in person with actually a girlfriend, right? I think he's talking about the woman. No, I never met Sam.
You never met Sam?
When you're dating
Once?
now, not when you're
You
dating.
met Kid Tabitha.
Well, I'm getting to that point.
That was his beard.
So last week,
Yeah.
Tabitha, the one you met.
That's okay, Sam.
we have Pew Pew at sea, and we're on the cruise. He finally says, I'm bringing Tabitha. And I was like, oh, we finally get to meet your Canadian girlfriend. That's awesome. And we didn't believe she existed until she showed up at my house.
Yeah. No, my husband was very similar. He met me teaching airborne school in my hometown. I didn't know he was hitting on me. He's terrible at it, which is great. But yeah, my sisters were like, I don't think he actually exists. He sounds like, come on. This guy is trying to get your pants. He's not a real sniper.
Ask Anthony or Loopy if you guys have to rent the gun.
And I was like, I don't know. This is
They might
what his
just- they might
patches
just
look
give you
like.
one
And my
to use.
sister Shauna, who's a JAG officer, a JAG officer.
I mean, I'd ask Loopy over Anthony. Anthony's kind
She
of
was
straight.
like, oh, actually, he might be a sniper. Which is really lame. Army, please give sniper badges. Why isn't there a sniper badge? It's a 6-week school. Airborne is 2 weeks. Or air assault, rather. Airborne is 6 weeks. Whatever.
So the funny thing was is that I'm part of a group that one of the Amazon guys will give us free stuff to review.
Yeah.
And they offered that, so I took it. I made up stuff about him, and then,
Love it.
and at his event, I put it right on his truck. And it's now at DEO somewhere in a box because he gave it to them without telling them.
Oh, that's awesome. Someday.
There's some innocence there too. Like that one is kind of innocent, and it's like, ew.
Right. Be careful.
Did you all ever find the box? The box with the thing in it that you really don't want to look at?
I don't think so.
The prosthetic. The adult prosthetic?
Oh, no, we didn't know where it went.
I don't know. We never put it inside of the grade.
I don't think it was ended up there because.
Maybe somebody took it.
It's in Greg's trailer.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Because we look for it everywhere.
I didn't do that, by the way.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're on the street.
Uh-oh. Streaming.
So,
R. Kelly hashtag. Oh, streaming.
okay, who should say Diddy time?
I do have a joke. You know, the only hall pass that I have is
For
it.
Diddy?
Problem is, I won't remember it.
Oh, that's for Cosby.
Yeah. I figured Diddy's the new Cosby.
Wow. It's one of those funny things. I mean, there's like my TikTok is filled up with a bunch of weird shit, but I get the Karen Reed trial and I get the Diddy trial, and watching both of those has just been a lesson of woohoo. So yeah, it's been.
You know, and that's something that I think this level of joking is goes kind of hand in hand with airsoft in the sense that it's very free. You're learning about why we have the Second Amendment. This right here, this kind of chat, that's the First Amendment. And this is why we need the Second Amendment.
The funny thing is, it's like I've been into very different political viewed industries. Board games, extremely liberal, and then of course airsoft, conservative, right?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like before we had to go through the mix. Like my board game company shut down now because of tariffs. That was the final coffin. COVID did no favors, and then
Strikingly, you'd think people would want video games during COVID, or board games during COVID.
My factory died, literally.
Oh, right.
And then the money I paid for the games to be manufactured,
Gone.
because the state comes in, China took all the money, so I didn't have another $48,000 sitting here because I couldn't make any more money because all the conventions were shut down. So it's like that was like the first step. And it's like, all right, we're finally going to get back to a point of doing it, and then all of a sudden, COVID hit, and it's like. Because we were in the process of negotiating, getting that, because the factory was reopened underneath the thing, and it's like we're at a point where we're like, okay, well, we had these here. Can we please get either our money or our product? And they were talking about doing the product, and then of course the tariffs, and it's like, oh, you're going to need 160. You're going to need how much more? $48,000 that I don't have in my pocket to get these. Nah, pass.
Oh yeah, it was a lot. Getting through that, and then. The fact that we kind of hit a little bit of a downturn, 6 months after opening.
So what's going on? So when did you guys open?
January 3rd of last year.
Okay.
And then our grand opening was January 22nd.
Okay.
So just about a year and a half.
So how are you seeing your attendance since after the first week, since the tariffs?
A definite improvement.
Okay.
But I think what a lot of people don't know about our field is that we're 7 days a week.
And you know what? I love hearing that because most fields, and I'm talking to you field owners out there, there is such a thing called service workers. And when do service workers work?
Boom! My busiest days are Mondays and Thursdays.
So we used to go on Tuesdays to Miami Airsoft religiously, and we had a pretty good crew out there. We had a solid 20-25 every day that we went out there on Tuesdays, which means we made some cool people and had some assholes, I have what I call dollar theater. Like if I prove that, if I know I shot somebody and they're cheating, I was like, I'll bet you $1. That's the most I'll bet. Those types of bets on, I'll bet you $1. So I have $30 to $40 bills that have all been signed. Joker was right. So, and then we shifted. Then we started doing the live streams on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock or 6 p.m. your time. Not saying nothing, but then we did that, and then so we started going to Wednesdays, and we had sort of the same thing that goes down. But
just want to say we get to see it sooner than you guys. Your live stream.
I know you're later because you're
I'm
behind.
6 and you're 7, technically.
Yeah.
So sorry, I ADHD'd you. So, 7 days a week.
We have anybody else to interview?
Nope. Pull-out game is week.
I said Wiener out there.
Who?
Wiener.
So you're gonna get a chair.
That would be hilarious. Oh my God. It would be great. He brings a chair out here. I'll be like, we have a chair.
I haven't asked.
Hello, Mr. Chair. How are you today?
Right, let's see if we can make it look real.
What's up, Jay? How you doing, Grandpa? So, trying to show your comment.
I'm trying to turn it.
I see it.
At you.
I see it.
The head nod.
We just had an event last weekend of Syndicate 5, and it was at Mid-Orange Correctional. We do everything we do everything in old prisons and buildings and stuff like that. We try to go with the real experience stuff.
There is a science facility that actually had monkeys that would sometimes get out near my hometown. We should see if that's closed down. How amazing would that be?
I would run it.
13 monkey style.
I would run it easy, hands down.
I think so. It's why? It's double trigger. Like binary, it's almost like it's binary.
Oh, I should have known.
No.
Oh, anyways.
It's the best version of Star Wars. It's pretty good.
Fire.
So Grandpa, we had it was called Syndicate 5, right? It's our DEA versus cartel. We have a bunch of
Oh, that's fun! Josh did DEA for a while. All the stories.
So the funny thing was, it turned into Op JDAM because he was one of the COs and the other CO. They were just like, let's go. They got their ordinances and he started walking things over. Jay walked into a building, it got JDAM. Oh, he waited. The building got JDAM. He had heard something get called over the radio. So he was like using now Intel, and then all of a sudden I walk out. I was like, "You burning other Intel?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "You might want." I was like, "C1 has been infested with green." So I walk back in at JDAM. They get medic at JDAM again, and it's not me doing it. Like his own team's JDAM and he JDAM. He got 30 kills in a span of like 10 minutes. It was fucking hilarious. I'm just dying. I was like, they're using all ordnance. So, when you're with your field, because I'm thinking about some stuff. Like I'm liking this Operation Crush.
I think it's a good time. And we have sniper hides. So if you want to get up there.
Are you going to be having? Well, I'm just thinking about this, right? We want to bring the show to more places, right? So if you guys, we would love to come out and just be able to do the exact same thing that we're doing here. I'm just going to get a better TV because this TV is dog shit.
We have excellent TVs.
That's a.
Oh, you've got to see our barn doors, by the way, that go in between the fields and things to put the bus in and out.
You know the battle bus, right?
Okay, if we can turn this into it, guess what? Even the carburetor is capped. All of the wires are capped. Like, it is, this 1957 bus will run again if properly put back together.
So we have a full-on 2010 top.
So you're going to bring that with you, right?
Hell no. Look, that shit's in New York. To come here, look, I hated driving that thing because the cruise control doesn't work. If the cruise control worked, I'd be happy because I'd just be like, all right, cool.
If I can switch legs at least.
No shit, I do.
Yeah,
I have to do the shift.
It.
Like, look, it's got the comfy air seat and all that. That's fine, but it's like, nah. I have a hearse.
That is fun.
A full-on hearse that runs and everything else. We have the battle bug. We also have what we call it the rat, but my mechanic calls it the camo coconut.
Oh yeah, I know that.
It's a 96 Geo tracker that's dressed to look like
a Geo. Oh my god.
It's dressed to look like an EPC. That's getting some work done to it right now, so it doesn't stall out because it doesn't idle high enough.
Isn't that what they had on a...
What's that?
You can feel the nub's supposed to fall. You can feel it floats. Bring it back.
Take it back. Take it over to
Take
me.
it back.
I'm busy. You're doing nothing.
My thing's hit it.
So this is the chaos that's here.
Have you seen Idiocracy? What's the isn't it a Geo that he drives with the giant?
No. You're not. No, a Geo tracker.
Oh no, the tracker. I'm thinking of the car, the Golf.
Yeah.
Golf?
The
No.
Golf. Yeah.
Is it a Geo?
Well.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, dude, the tracker with that 80s little thing on it. That's
So we had to like ban those sort of attachments in some of our games because they just went a little overboard with them. One guy had Dick's caliber. It was 18-inch sword, and it's like, really? You think you're being funny? We have kids here. You know?
Yeah,
that's the only downside. It's like you have to. It's one of those ones where it's got to be after dark. Like you have to. All right, guys.
Our night games we do 18 and up. It just kind of allows them to feel a little bit freer.
We keep talking about the Crush and the Easter. What other major events do you do at your field throughout the year?
So some of the major events obviously include. Okay, we try to go all out for Halloween. We have people that go in there dressed up like murderers and chase you around. We have like
we ran a haunted house at the Orange last year.
That's the goal: is a haunted house experience while playing Airsoft. A couple of the other events, obviously, camp is a huge deal for us. We do 2 different camps each summer. That is packed. One of the other events is we do Louisiana versus Texas. You're more than welcome to do a Florida v. Texas.
Well, the funny thing about that is we have to get a lot of Floridians to come up, and sometimes they just don't like to travel. But,
tell them not to be dicks. Go to... That's the other term for Floridians, right?
Well, we are dicks. I mean, look, no. It's Florida man, okay? We do crazy shit. I'm a Florida man, Uncle.
Ooh, classy. How'd you manage that?
I bought a new riding lawnmower and I rode it home.
Yay! That makes me happy.
And this is for my wife because she's the one that knows. Look, there are things that you just don't do with me. I already full of bad ideas. that shit you probably shouldn't do. You don't give me more.
Oh,
So
yeah, my
I
husband
bought
has
this thing.
to identify. No, that's one of the things we talk about and don't do.
I called for this riding lawnmower and asked what the price was all in, especially if it had to do with delivery. We show up, buy it, and of course they want to now charge a $225 delivery fee. I came prepared. I had a gas can. So I said, nope, I'm just going to drive it home. The guy literally argued with his, you can't do that. It's like, I'm at a Lowe's. It's like, yes, I can. No, you're not. Yes, I can. I'm arguing with this guy back and forth. It's like, unchain the goddamn thing. I'm driving my tractor home.
Yeah, you fucking
And he
know
goes, no, you can't. So he calls the store manager around. The store manager goes, what's the problem? He goes, well, he wants to take it home. He goes, let him take it home. He goes, he wants to ride it home. He goes, let him ride it home. He goes, it's got to be shipped. He goes, he can ride it home. Yeah, what's the problem here? So I filled it up with gas, start driving, and then I periodically have a live stream on Facebook. I'm like, I'm driving my tractor. So as I'm going, I'm 10 miles away from home. The wife gets home. She calls me. She goes, are we waiting for you for dinner? And I was like, no, just make something. I'll just get something at Wendy's or something. She goes, you should take it through the drive-thru. Wait. Before she could say wait, I was like, no problem. Goodbye. Click. I go up, cross over, go to Wendy's, go through the drive-thru. The drive-thru loves the shit out of it. They think it's hilarious. It's the best thing he goes, this is the best thing that happened to me all year.
Oh.
Get my food, go to pull out. The person that did not like it was Sergeant James from the Broward Sheriff's Office that patrols Cooper City. Fuck you, asshole. So I go
up, nobody likes you.
And I go through. I was always riding in the swale because I know you're not supposed to be on the sidewalk, but I use the sidewalk to navigate the crosswalk, across the street, so I'm safe, and I go back. So here I am, go crossing up. This dude pulled up on me like it's GTA 5. He comes up into oncoming traffic, mind you.
Hey, you could have cut grass.
Oh, the story gets funny as hell. He pulls in, he jumps out, his hands on his gun. I'm like, yo, whoa, what's going on? My hands are up. I'm wearing a wife beater t-shirt and gym shorts.
Oh, this gets better just by the outfit.
Yeah, and I have my sneakers on, but I did that because it was the middle of summer in Florida, and even at 8 o'clock at night, it's hot as fucking balls. I have my food here and all that, and he goes, free. Someone was like, what the hell? He goes, turn it off. I was like, turn it off. He goes, give me the keys. He takes the keys. I was like, what the? I go, what the fuck is your problem? Now, mind you, context. I was part of the Broward Sheriff's Office volunteer mounted posse. Which comes pertinently to the story later on. So I was like, what are you doing? He goes, what are you doing? I was like, I'm just taking my tractor home. He goes, you're riding on a sidewalk. I was like, I used the handicap ramp. When he pulled me over, I was in the grass. I was like, what's your problem? Next thing you know, another officer pulls right behind him. Mind you, coming into oncoming traffic and blocking up the turn lane.
What?
He comes out, he gets out acting all boisterous. So like, what are you all doing? This is bullshit. Then another one shows up. At least he parks normally. He makes the turn and he's parking facing the right way with traffic. And they're all having this conversation. He goes, give me your driver's license. Like, I don't need to. He goes, you're driving on the sidewalk. He goes, this is a moving vehicle. I was like, and at the time I was like, I'm in the swale. He goes, you went on this thing right there. I was like, so let me get this straight. I was like, fine, here, whatever. I said, go ahead, be a dick. Mm-hmm. And he goes, you know who you're talking to? I was like, your name's Richard, right? You're a dick? Like,
technically.
And he's like, I was like, that was like when I was I was almost acting as if I was like one of those Second Amendment, like those rights guys, and I'm like First Amendment rights violation. And I'm just
my
like,
husband's real worried. I'll pull that.
And he's getting in my face and he's yelling. And he goes, "Oh, we're gonna pull." He goes, "Oh, look!" And you gave me a suspended license. That day, the day before, I paid off a ticket, and of course, DMV screws up from time to time, and they don't put it in there. And they screwed up, and I was like, I paid the ticket.
To drive a motherfucking tractor. What is
unless you're driving on the road, because it's legal to drive them on the road, right? But if so I'm arguing back and forth with this guy. He goes, "I'm keeping your license." I was like, "Way to be an asshole." I was like, he goes, so he comes back, and the one guy, the one that parked normally, is being sensible. He also knows who I am. He goes, I was looking, I was like, oh shit. He goes, you're in trouble, Lucy. I was like, I didn't do shit. I was like, he's being an asshole. So when the cop comes up, he starts arguing with me again about this whole driving on sidewalk thing. I was like, let me get this straight. So he gives me 4 tickets. Knowingly presenting a suspended driver's license. I didn't know. You have to have intent. I didn't know. I'm kind of shocked. He goes, well, that's why you're in this. I was like, no, bitch. I just bought it. Here, and I pulled the receipt out of the side thing. I was like, here's the receipt. Check the timestamp. I was like, you got mad because you were in the parking lot. You saw me go through the drive-thru. You got butthurt. And mind you, while he's writing the tickets, I'm researching all the rules, right? And we're going back and forth, and he's like, I was like, look, you got mad. I went through the drive-thru. That's private property. I could drive on hardtop on private property. You have no rules. You could run a stop sign in a parking lot, and it doesn't matter because it's private property.
If I stop, it's literally because there's another car, and that's it.
Yeah. Legally, they can't pull you over on private property. So it's like...
They can't SDs on private property.
Yeah, so we're going back and forth, and he goes, "Well, this is why you're driving this." Like, I just bought the fucking thing, dude. I was like, and he goes, "Oh, when he pulled me up to it, I was like, why is your hand on your gun?" He goes, "You might have a weapon." I was like, "Bro, I'm wearing a white beater. Here's my gym shorts." I took my gym shorts out to here, and I'm like,
The only weapon I have isn't excited to see you.
Exactly. I was like, I'm not going to show you my weapon because it'll be a decent exposure then. So then ultimately he gives me this. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, whatever, dude. Next ticket. Driving on a sidewalk. I was like, I'm on the swale. He goes, that's over there. I was like, so what you're going to do is every time that the landscaper's out there cutting all these swales and they touch the sidewalk, you're going to be doing tickets. And then the one guy that knows me, he's just like, he's going like this. He's telling the other buddy, he goes, back up. He goes, let James have it. I heard him say it specifically. He goes, why? He's like, I know who that is. He's going to talk to Colonel Maines. And he's going to talk to Sergeant Marks, and this is going to become a deal. And I was like, so I heard him saying that back there. I was like, so you're going to be out here, right? So you're going to be detailed to get all these landscapers when they're cutting the grass, and as soon as they go through and they do the same exact maneuver I did, so you're going to be handing out tickets to everybody, right? He goes, no, that's you. I was like, because he goes, I was like, why?
That's not how the law works.
So then the other two tickets were no headlights on the tractor. And I was like, then what the hell are these? He goes, no. He goes, take it up in court. Mind you, I'm live streaming at this point, right? Take it up in court. And then on the back, it says you need to have a taillights or a gigantic reflector on the back. Like, that's the only thing that's required in Broward County.
Bikes are the same concept.
So I go, then what's no taillights, huh? No reflector. What's this big triangle? He goes, again, are you in court? I was like, oh, don't worry, I will. This is a waste of time. So I was like, are we done? He goes, yeah, we're done. So I turn around and he goes, what the hell are you doing? I was like, I'm going down here. He goes, you cannot drive down. I was like, he goes, you can't drive it down here. You might as well tow it. I was like, I'm not towing it. I didn't pay the $225 to get it to this point. I was like, you see that light up there? That light, that's like a half a mile away or so, 3/4 of a mile away. Right past there's the town of Davie. That's where I live. I was like, your jurisdiction ends. So I'm going to push it to that. I was like, I'm going to go up there. No, first I said, I'm just going to ride in the swale. He goes, you can't navigate the swales as a form of transportation. I was like, fine. I'm going to do my civic duty, and I'm going to engage the blades, and I'm going to cut the grass all the way up the back. And it was like the whole, that whole. That's destruction of private property. That's destruction of public property. I was like, yeah, actually, okay. Oh, yeah, it's destruction of public property. Cool. Right on the other side of the sidewalk is the Montessori school. I'm going to do some volunteer work, and I'm going to go ahead and cut their grass. He goes, that's destruction of private property. I was like, you can't do that. He goes, I will engage them. I know them. I'll get your ass arrested. I was like, fine. I put it up on there. I kicked off the thing. I start pushing this. I was like, when I get to that light, it's no longer this issue. He goes, what does it say right here? And he's pointing at his door, right? He goes, and he kicked his door shut. He goes, what? I was like, Broward County Sheriff. He kicks the door shut. He goes, what does it say? I was like, it says Cooper City right there. I'm in Cooper City. When I get past there, it's Davie. Even though you can theoretically go through, you do not have an operational agreement. You would have to call the town of Davie to issue any sort of things against me. So good luck with that, asshole. So I was like, fine. So he goes up there. So I start pushing this thing, and I start restreaming it. I was like, I came up with a new Olympic sport, tractor pushing. So then I saw him go up, and I see his ass parked up there. As we're going to waste time, I was like, okay, motherfucker. I went over, turned the lights on, right? All of a sudden, lights on, he comes running up, and then I'm just sitting there pushing, and I'm laughing. I'm going, As soon as I got to the town of Davie line, I jumped on, and I navigated the swales and all that shit, and I drove all the way to my way home. So, fuck the police. Yeah, sure enough, we went to court. The judge was not happy. Oh, wait,
yeah,
wait.
I'd be pissed
Before
too.
that
What a
happened,
waste of city money and time.
the next day, I get a phone call from Sergeant Marks. What the hell were you doing racing tractors on Sterling Road?
Wait, racing?
Racing tractors, like what we?
Like
why were you running? Why were you running from the police in a tractor on Sterling Road? I was like, I was like, what are you talking about?
You could physically run.
So then he goes, I tell him what I was like. Look, this cop Sergeant James is an asshole. He gave me these tickets. He goes, all right, well, expect a phone call from Colonel Maines. And I was like, I kind of figured this was gonna happen. So they call right, and I know I'm on speakerphone. So he goes, what's this that you were drag racing tractors down Sterling Road? And I was like,
don't you have another tractor race?
and all of a sudden I said something. I was like, you know what? I won first place, and I got these, and the only thing I got was these lousy 4 tickets. And I heard other giggles. I was like, am I on speakerphone? The deputy sheriff, PR,
over there?
hold on, we're all there, like listening into the call. So I had to go over this entire thing. And I was like, and then the deputy sheriff goes, what exactly you have to say for yourself? I was like, absolutely nothing, man. I'm just riding my tractor home, and I'm legal to do it on the swale or in the street. I was like, does this mean I'm not going to get my tickets back? Like, are these tickets going to be revoked? He goes, absolutely not. Why do you have to suspend the license? By that, the license was fixed the very next day. I was like, my license is not suspended. I got it right here. I was like, James is an asshole. And he goes, I was like, so you're not going to get rid of it? He goes, no, you're going to go to court. So I went to court. And they all wanted to go to court.
Yeah,
James was an asshole. And the judge abolished the hell out of him. Like, when he went through, he goes, I go like this, like, Your Honor, I was like, the judge goes, you're defending yourself? I was like, yeah. My license was not suspended. It was an clerical order on behalf of FDOT. They're like, that's dismissed. They go, well, what about this? It's like, I navigated the walkways to go through, which is legal because I couldn't walk. I have a bum knee, and you do. There's a nice little big scar on there. She goes, dismissed. She goes, oh, no, before we got there, because that was the last one, I was like, no, they go, no headlights. I was like, Your Honor, I'm just going to point out these pictures, and I handed it to the prosecutor. I was like, because before I met him, I went to turn to the prosecutor. I was like, you really going to go through with this? He goes, I'm just doing my job. I was like, here's the headlights. They're on and engaged. The picture on and off. I was like, here's the big red thing on there. By the way, if you look, there's a nice little link on there that says fucksergeantjames.com. You can look at all the video of the thing at the time because I was live streaming. And she goes, oh my God. And then she goes, well, what about, going up? I was like, I navigated safely because it's Sterling Road. And she's like, fair enough. She goes, you weren't driving on this? I was like, the only thing I did was use the ramp to navigate the curb. And when he pulled me over, you will see in their own dash cam, he went into oncoming traffic. She goes, he did what? I was like, he went from the left eastbound Sterling Road, Knob Hill. He went into oncoming traffic. He stopped me and pulled his gun. She goes, dismissed. And I go to get up, and then she goes, Sergeant James started walking away. She goes, oh, no. You come here. The bailiff comes over and goes, Jesus Christ, kid. Like, everybody was hilarious.
That is epic. Those are my favorite videos to watch online. I love it when a civilian F's up and is like, I have all these rights that you're like, wait, whoa, you're actually in trouble. You run it for the rest of us.
Yeah.
But Sergeant James, get your shit together because
I don't know if he's still with the department, but
one that's making you guys look bad.
I was like,
and I think you smell like shit, and you're probably terrible bad.
Yeah, because the other thing too, at the time I was also running for the town of Davie Town Council. So I was like going to be, I was like, and so he does all this shit. I was like, hey man, I was like, do you know who I am? Or he goes, I don't know you. He goes, trying to use that shit. I was like, look, I don't give I don't think you understand. I was like, tomorrow morning your day is probably going to be as busy as mine because you're going to get a call from Sergeant Marks. You're going to get a call from Colonel Maines for sure. Probably some other people too, like PR and maybe some higher ups, of why the hell you felt the need to do all this, all because I got some chicken nuggets and some fries, spicy chicken nuggets, fries, and a drink from fucking Wendy's. No, when I left, I was like, "You got the same phone calls I did, didn't you, asshole?" And I just walked out the door.
Is this Airsoft?
No, don't worry about it.
Oh,
I don't have.
It is Airsoft related because
we're having good conversations.
You got to be careful if you're on your tractor. You get an Airsoft gun. They go to pool. Make sure you got that orange tip if you're out in public. See, look, everything comes back to Airsoft.
We don't need orange tips. We don't need orange tips out in public.
Oh, no.
It's smart.
I know you hear it.
It's smart. Why do you have a new battery?
Huh?
Why do you have a new battery?
Because this battery's 1100 so we're spinning water.
Safe.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's
Get
what
going for Airsoft.
So try that.
So growing up,
Okay.
best friend, and
Really? Okay, cool.
she
Matter of fact, there's
they
the
would
bag
play
there.
out the woods, and they got called on that.
Oh, you hit the bag, though.
Running around in the woods
So you had
My
to open
sister
it.
got the same.
with
Top.
they got a helicopter
My friends were like 13 years old, their whole family, and they literally the cops come out with guns like down the road, and they're like, yo, we were just playing airsoft. They had.
Oh yeah, my sister was in military gear with her gun out there, and they were calling the cops because they're like, "Oh my God, somebody is out at your house."
There is stupid shit, but legally in 48 states, an orange tip is not required.
Yeah, no, it's not required.
It's only required for
Strictly
sale.
if you're dealing with somebody who has whose immediate response is not to de-escalate the situation, make sure that you are preemptively de-escalating because you don't want to die because somebody else is an idiot.
Like the cat that was doing all of the nice pictures at the top of the roof in Manhattan. You heard about that? There was a guy in full kit, he's minding his own business on a rooftop that nobody he didn't think anybody could see. He's just sitting there doing this practice thing. And somebody's above looking down going, what the fuck is that? And next thing you know, cops in tap gear come upstairs and arrest him. Now, it is illegal inside of New York City and the 5 boroughs. However, that's still be cognizant, be aware. Like, one time we took the battle bus from Crescent and we took it into town. Now, luckily the town knew what was going on, but I totally forgot that there's a gun with a turret shield sticking on the top of the building.
Yes.
And then people come and go, huh, that's cool. But I was like, what's cool? Oh. Whoopsies.
Yeah, it's artwork.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have a lot of cool text vehicles. Like my truck is our main technical that we use. So we have we just now we just one second. Yes, it does not violate. So I should be able to reconnect. I've been waiting for this. These are all the channels that we go through.
Okay, what's that?
We can do it again. I'm probably going to have to restart Restream here in a minute. So. All right. So no. I just there's a couple things that we could probably do. I know I can do. So we're going to do that. All right, guys. We're going to take a quick break. Actually, we'll take a break in exactly 3 minutes. We have a nice 3-hour-long stream, so I can also download it.
Oh, nice.
So, and then me and my new best friend here, we're going to talk more about us coming up and checking out the actual. Look, if you want us to come up and do shit like this, we don't need a lot. We just a little bit of that,
Okay, look. There's this place called Harry Hines. The
We
ladies
just all
there
over
are
that.
very scantily dressed. You can also go to the gay hooker dress. You know what it's called?
I used to work at a gay club.
Harry Hines.
Oh, nice.
Thanks.
Nice.
I made that up.
You made that up? All right, look. When I was younger,
Harry Hines is a real hooker street.
What I call it is I worked at a gay club called Johnny's. What are you getting all over?
Where the? Hey guys.
She's talking about Heine shit. Look at that.
Not shit, but we were literally talking about Harry Hines.
So when I worked there, it was like it's like sort of like a female bartender at a club, right? At the table. So you get a whole shit ton of tips.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Tonight I'll tell you some funny stories.
I worked at a strip club too. As a cocktail waitress.
So there was a dress code for those that were gay and weren't gay there. You wore the assless chaps if you were gay. I was not. I wore the full leather pants, but topless. You can't wear. I mean, whatever. But there are some fucking stories to that place. I'll tell you the story of Hector.
Dang.
Oh yeah, it is hilarious.
Oh my god, this one guy.
All right, guys.
I get
Real
from
quick.
that to that. I was like, what the? How?
I'm gonna tell you a funny story.
How?
All right, guys. Real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the outro real quick. We'll be down for about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna get it back up.